and start streaming. Okay, I don't know what to do. My guest is on somebody else's live right now, and I don't really have somebody I can send over there. I thought I could maybe go into the live from my iPad, but alas, it won't let me because I'm live. So since I'm logged in and live over here, it's not letting me go tell him in the live that he's on that we're waiting for him. They're in Ariel's live. Let me tell you her username. Ariel Danice. Okay, let me spell it for you. They're in how come I can't comment? Oh, there we go. Ariel did not. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, you know who? And I'm waiting for Grampa books. He also goes by Dante now. He's on the panel. Dante, he has the Kermit the Frog icon or whatever, PFP. That is who the guest is this morning. And that is who we are waiting for. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kindred. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning. If you guys can tap the screen as you join, I'd appreciate it. What? Why did it? Oh, because I was off the screen. Okay, sorry. Lost my mind for a second. It's funny too because he texted me this morning and was like, hey, you're going live pretty soon, but it was like 7 something or whatever, and I was like, no, not till 11. This girl is not a morning person. I'm just not, just cannot do the mornings. So if you are just joining in over on YouTube or with us right now here on TikTok, tap the screen, share out the live, like it over on YouTube, follow, subscribe to me over on YouTube if you haven't yet. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. You guys, I'm at 600 and something. I really want to get to 1,000. We are just waiting for, hey Fen, we're just waiting for our guest this morning. Hey KJ, welcome in. And there he is.
Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, so what do you want me to call you? Changed your name. Do you want me to call you Dante? I hear people still call you Grandpa.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know
like,
there's so I'm gonna actually change it back to Grandpa, and keep the
uh,
last name, but you can, it doesn't really matter. Grandpa, Dante, Books, whichever one works for you.
okay. All right, it sounds good. So listen, I do not know if you've ever tuned into my show before, and that's okay if you haven't. It is Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and I start by asking you like 10 icebreaker questions, and then we invite people to come up. I will tell you guys, as you join, you have to tap the screen, do the heart me's, and share out the live. I will not get pushed out for a Q&A unless you guys do all the stuff. So if you're not tapping, I'm not gonna get sent out at all. Okay. I only get it sent out when I cuss at Christians. some reason, TikTok likes that. I don't know why. But I'm going to ask you 10 icebreaker questions, and we'll invite people to come up and ask you questions. Sometimes they're shy, and we'll just read you the questions that they have in the comments. And then at the end of the show, we're going to play everybody's favorite game called Divine or Decline. Okay? Does that sound good?
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so let me find my little icebreaker questions. Okay. You get to build the perfect streaming setup, unlimited budget. What's one of the over-the-top things that you'd include just because you can?
Ice cream.
Like just soft serve ice cream right there?
Just a nice big thing of Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, that's cool. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I'm not really big on favoritism, but my best liked and chosen one would be butter pecan for sure.
Okay, first of all, oh my God, I love it that you're not into favoritism because I'm not either. I don't have like a favorite color or anything like that.
Favorite
And people
food,
always
color,
think,
person, movie, none of
yeah.
that.
I would say that if I had to pick like a favorite food though, I always tell people cookies because I just fucking love cookies. But
I would go with
like
pasta.
I don't really like, but to be honest, it's really not my favorite. It's just one of the many, many things I like. Like for your favorite color, I don't have a favorite color, but I might have a color preference for a certain vehicle. But let's say I like a green Mustang. I'm not going to like green for every car. Like a Toyota, I might want it to be pearl white or something, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Most people think I'm just being weird or something when I tell them I don't have a favorite color or something. They always think I'm just trying to be, edgy or something. I'm like, no, I really just don't have a favorite color. What's the strangest or funniest username you've ever seen in your chat?
Hmm. Hmm. That's actually a good one. I can't even answer that one off the bat because I would have to actually try to remember usernames, and I don't really remember them as much.
I cannot remember exactly what this person said the other day. I was on Christina Carroll's live on the panel,
Hmm.
and he was trying to say betrothed, but he said something like befuddled or something like that, just really
Oh, wow.
horrible, okay? And of course, we all, mocked him for that. But anyway, immediately, Selena went and changed her name to befuddled or whatever. And that just cracked me up. It was hilarious, wasn't it, buddy? I was like, that's the best. So I love it when people are really quick to change their username after something funny is said on a stream. That always cracks me up.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't do that for some reason. It's like it will be usernames that are just, childish, but in terms of like what's the most like funniest one or something that can really stand out, I haven't came across one.
it was bethrottled. It was bethrottled. Okay. Another one I really like is Pedro Pascal's Wager. That is just hilarious to me for whatever reason. I love that name. And Holy Honkers, they are always in the chats, and I think that's hilarious too. If someone dropped a surprise $500 tip on stream, what would your first 5 words be?
First 5 words.
Yeah, what would you say if somebody just dropped you a $500 tip?
Oh my gosh. Look. I know it's not 5 words, but that's
But
honestly the closest I would get. I wouldn't really be too surprised or anything. It would just be, oh my gosh, look.
one time I had unexpected medical bills and other bills that came up. And I was interviewing Black Atheist Rants at the time, but he knew what was going to go on. Like everybody was in on this little secret. But what was happening was Deconstruction Zone Justin did a fundraiser to pay my bills without telling me. And so somebody came in and said, Ems came in and said, Crystal, check your like Cash App or your Venmo or something. And there was like $1,000 in there. And I have to tell you, I was fucking speechless. That's what happened to me. I was like, what in the fuck? It ended up being thousands of dollars that they raised for me that night. It paid my medical bills and everything, so it was amazing. But I was speechless. I could not. It was crazy. It was a game night. You're right. He did games and stuff, and it was crazy.
I feel like if a person did that for me, 9 times out of 10, I'm not really gonna touch it. I mean, these take like a couple dollars just for like snacks or food, but the rest of it, I'll either just send it back to them, and or I'll just leave it there.
If I hadn't had the medical bills, I would have done the same. But I actually did need the money. I was weird because I had only told one person. I wasn't telling them because I was telling them I needed the money. I was telling them because I was thanking them. They had sent me some money, and I said, thank you so much. That comes at a very important time for me. So the fact that you did that really means a lot to me. And then I told them why, and they went and told Justin, and Justin was like, oh no, we're gonna get her the money to pay off those bills. And it
Oh
was
yeah, if there's like
crazy.
a situation where it's like, it's something that it would be very useful for like that, and that was
Yeah,
like that was my scenario that I was in, then absolutely I would be very much thankful for that, and I would try to repay in the most best way possible that can maybe even overlap theirs. But in terms of just like if that were to even occur with me, but yet I
right.
did like a simple thing for somebody, and that was like their way of saying thank you. Oh yeah, no, I'm sending the money back. I don't need all that.
Yeah, me too. That's too much. That's too much. I actually have seen Joel do that before. Like this, he was joking with this lady, and basically he did one of those things where he's like, "Well, then just send me $1,000 or whatever," and she did. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm sending it right back. Like, what are you even doing? Like, why would you just send some stranger $1,000 on the internet? Just stop. Even if you have the money, you don't need to be doing that. You're hosting a dinner with 3 people, real or fictional, but they all have to debate each other who is at the table.
3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Real or fictional? I would have I would have to go with and it doesn't really matter the topic that's being debated, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I would have to go with fluff, um mm, fluff, mm, butcher, and lords.
Oh, that would be good. That would be really good. Um, let's see, who would I want? I want Ken Ham to be there because I want to watch him get destroyed. I mean, he already was destroyed by Bill Nye, but watching him get, taken down is so fun. So I would make sure Ken Ham was there. And then I want Thinker to be there because she's freaking incredible. And then I think I'll add Fluff too. I think Fluff and Thinker against Ken Ham would be just like they would cook him. He wouldn't have a chance. Uh, what's a sound or phrase that instantly takes you back to your childhood?
Mm, that's Jeez, damn, I was not ready for that kind of question. Um, a sound or phrase? I would say sound would have to be the sound of an ice cream truck outside on a summer day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think that whenever I hear somebody say like the street lights are on, that always is, because when we were growing up, you had to be home by the time the street lights went on. So
Exactly. Hmm.
that's how you knew. Afternoon cheating at checkers. How are you today? Okay. If your deconstruction era had an album cover, what would it look like?
my deconstruction ever had an album cover, what would it look like? Hmm. I would say it would look like freaking like damn, that's a very good question. Sheesh, you got me some
I
good
know I'm
questions
a
there.
hard
Very good
hitting
question.
journalist, Dante.
Damn. I would have to say it would be like a like I would say it has to be like a like a supernatural kind of what's that movie? Jeez Louise. Oh goodness, the moment I need my brain to work. What's that movie? What's that movie? You remember are you familiar with Stranger Things?
Yes.
Okay, so like the cover of the Stranger Things, that piece, like the movie, when the intro, something like that. Like I'm thinking like
Yeah.
something like a supernatural kind of alien background, and then like three people on the cover with pew pews facing different directions, like the old school cop movies, where there's always
Yes.
like the three
Yes.
cops, was one facing left, one's facing the middle, and the other one's facing right, and that
Like
would be
Charlie's
like
Angels.
yeah, exactly. And it would be like maybe I would say I would use that album cover as with like the best three people that I can think of when it comes to debating or deconstructions would be Fluff, Thinker, and Christina, I would say would be on an album cover in that same kind of order.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Now I just want to make that for the fun of it, right? Like that would be badass. Okay, I might do that. I'm not lying. Um, I think for me, okay, you know how like if you take a crystal prism or something and you just hang it up in the sunlight and all the lights go against the wall and it's
Hmm.
rainbowy and stuff? I think it would just be that because I feel like once I had the truth, like the truth is like light to me, like it illuminates, and because it does, like I feel like things were clearer and brighter and more beautiful the minute I realized that it was all a damn lie.
Hmm.
So,
Plot
and it
twist.
would represent me, the crystal. So there you
That's
go.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I like that. Good. That's a more of a creative mind idea than me.
um, what's a random skill you pick up that you never thought would be useful but totally is now?
The ability to do and mimic some accents that I randomly picked up and at the same time never actually really practiced them, just was able to just speak them one day for some reason.
Ooh, that's cool. What's your favorite accent to do?
Um, between the UK, Scottish, and the Nigerian, I would have to say the Nigerian one is better. Oh no,
I
I
want
would kind of have to say the
to do a
Spanish accent is
Nigerian
better.
accent. Okay, do a
Nigerian,
Spanish accent for me.
so I just want to tell you that your glasses you have on your face, yeah, nice for you. But when you take a look through them, you must understand that when you look through the scope, you have to see the image. You understand what I am saying to you? You have to do the image, and you do it. You, if you do not, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? But I am talking serious to you. I am being very, very, very. You know what? Idiots. I am tired of your nonsense. Okay? I am tired of your nonsense. We have to
That's
cut the life. I do not want
hilarious.
to do this anymore.
That's hilarious. Hey, you guys, keep tapping the screen. Also, if you can send me a heart me, I need 7 different people to send me a heart me. They're only 1 coin each, and then I'll meet a little flash goal. Those flash goals do help boost me out. Plus, doing your heart me's and collecting your team points also help me boost up in the team rankings. I haven't been live all week, so that for some reason also affects me. For me, my random skill was that I used to do a lot of video editing, and it helps now because I have to make content all the time. So I hate it though because it's just a chore. But yeah, I learned how to video edit a long time ago, so now I know how to do it, and and it's
Well,
just a chore.
sometimes it is more preferred when audiences actually hear the calm yet devious subtle tone of my voice as if it is now, where I can speak more so in an ancient yet very Roman, or how can we say, BC type of dialect, where at one point of time we have saw the chosen one rise from the fall.
Well, I'm kind of famous for my accent too because I have been known as the deaconess here on the TikTok. And so this is the accent that the deaconess uses that people are very familiar with. I'm not sure
Oh,
why.
hold on there,
I
lady. I
think
want to
it's
tell you something. If you go a little bit further, though, well, I want to tell you something. I'm from Texas. If you go a little bit further, you'll understand something. You won't really see that much down there, but look, you'll see something.
okay. If your life were a Twitch emote or a TikTok emote, what would it be called and what would it look like?
Wait, say that one more time, but one more time.
You know, like your little emotes that you make
Mm.
for your subscribers. What
Mm.
what would your life emote look like?
Mm.
I actually have mine. I'll post
Hmm.
it. This is my life
I don't
emote,
really,
you
I don't
guys.
really bother with it. That's the odd thing. I don't really
Oh,
bother
it
with it.
doesn't
So
let
I
me
don't.
send stickers no more. I can't send my own stickers.
Oh, you mean the thing that like they will be able to use?
Yeah. I
Oh,
can't
I've
even
never.
send my own stickers, you guys. That sucks. Anyway, there's one of me where I am very elevated. There's a sticker of me where I am very elevated, and that's my favorite one. And
Hmm.
that's my life.
I would say I don't know because I don't think I've ever tampered with those part of the settings.
Oh, we used to have really good ones. I don't know why I can't do them now. That's weird. I can understand that. I know that the subscriptions and stuff went up, but why can't I, as the host, send my own stickers? That's kind of weird.
I
Um.
would say that maybe I would choose a devil face or upside down crust.
Oh, that's good. Um. Okay. It's late at night. Maybe you've had one too many or something. What is the most unhinged thing you've ever posted on social media?
Hmm. Late at night, had one too many, unhinged. Um, if we're gonna be honest, nothing.
I don't either. I don't
Yeah.
post unhinged things. I type them all out and then I delete them because
Like if I'm
I'm
posting
not gonna.
unhinged stuff, it depends. Like my version of unhinged would be like posting like maybe like a half nude photo or video or something like that of myself, or typing out something very wild and then just having people reply to that. I'm like, yo, whoa, that was wicked. I would not think I would read that.
That's funny. Um, okay, you guys, this is my last question. If you have questions, you can come up. I mean, I have more questions, but this is my last icebreaker question. If you have questions, you can come up. The guest box is open. Hang on one second. Oh, there we go. I was losing it. Okay, if your past self could watch one of your current streams, what do you think they'd say?
What the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
Just that simple. What the fuck are you doing, guy?
Same. I like if I really think about it, I would be very confused. I would be like, Um, what is wrong with me? What happened to me? Like some who hurt me? I would do all the things Christians say to you must be
The old me would have
Crystal.
probably watched a couple of clips, like a couple of seconds or so, and then just turned the rest of the shit off. Like, yeah, now I'm done watching this shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe it. I don't think. I would think that like it's AI or something and somebody's fooling me.
I'm pretty sure the old
It'd
me
be
would look
dis
at the new me and be so depressed. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, I don't know. That would be a weird to I don't know. I think that I would definitely think that it's not real, or I would wonder who hurt me. I'm sorry, I would. All right. Hey, you guys, the guest box is open. If you have a question for Dante, you can just come up, or you can ask in the YouTube chat or in the TikTok chat. If you guys ask a question, please put it in all caps. It makes it easier for me to see. Nobody's going to mute you. You don't get muted for that on my show. So just go ahead and put it in all caps and I will read it out. Let me find some of my other questions I have
This
for
should
you
be
because
good.
um, Dante and I haven't really been on lives together yet. So you're somebody that I haven't gotten to know yet in the community and have wanted to get to know. I watched you. I come in and watch some of your lives, but we haven't really been on a panel together yet. How old were you when you first started identifying as a Christian? Were you raised in the church?
Negative. I never was at all.
You never were.
Yeah, never had
Um,
anybody actually try to push religion on me or anything like that either.
that's really cool. That is really cool. So you're just a lifelong atheist. So then, how did you get involved in the deconstruction community?
I just had like a just like I guess you can say I just had like a instinctive kind of like knowledge of this nonsense and just knowing that it was just fuckery. Something where it's like you just kind of get a gut feeling that it's just stupid, and then kind of just took a little dive in it, and I guess learned a little bit as I went along because I definitely did have Christian family and friends. And then I did my own little bit of researches and stuff, and then I started putting shit together and said, "Yep, this is nonsense." But then besides that, long story short, wanted to be in the military at a point in time. And at that point in time, of course, a lot of people with their left and right nonsense, with a lot of people disliking Arabs and disliking the Middle East and so on and so forth. This is when I was about, I think, like 17, 16, 15, or whatever the case may be. 17, 16, 18. Mainly, no, 16, 17, 15. And then from there, basically, it was just my dream to be in the military. And then, of course, knowing all the nonsense, seeing all the movies and stuff like that, and how they're always in the Middle East. I've never seen military movies anywhere the fuck else. I'm just like,
No.
interesting. They're always fighting dark skinned people. They're always fighting brown skinned people. They're always fighting somebody in a desert area. What's going on here? So then I said, all right, cool. And then I had people who are actually in the military in my family as well give me a little bit of feedback about things, and I took all little pieces of each side. And I have Muslim friends as well that gave me feedback about things as well. And then I just got all perspectives, and I said, you know what? I kind of want to, convert to Islam just to test it out, just to see how this is. Because my whole deal right now at this point of time would be, what the hell is the whole deal with America and Muslims? I don't get it. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it, let me just take a little deep dive inside the religion myself and then see what's going on from the inside. I'm not gonna go by the, external words. I'm gonna take a deep dive myself. Did that for a while, practiced Islam for a while, and like certain parts, disliked, of course, the obvious parts that we clearly discussed here. And then from there, I
Yeah.
just said, "Yep, I'm done. Fuck this religion. Goodbye." And then, yep, here I am.
About how old were you when you dabbled in Islam?
I think it was around like 17, 18. Yeah,
So,
I think yeah,
what was
16,
the
17.
first crack in your belief system with Islam?
Well, due to the fact that I mainly just simply chose it because I wanted to get better insight, it wasn't really more of an
Mhm.
indoctrination or really me actually wanting to be part of the
Right.
faith. It was more of just like, let me convert to actually get an inside look of how Muslims work, how Islam really is, and whatnot. I would say the crack in that would be um the similarities basically that would be also depicted in the Bible, such as the disgusting things that they are allowing to do. For example, one of the things that definitely kind of ticked me off a little bit and was the whole being able to marry or have four wives and whatnot. And I was just like, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. And then of course, being around a lot of Muslims who are very honest and cool with me, to where I got insight to where they kind of put me into a position to learn deeper shit that I didn't really know, such as how, certain Islamic cultures, depending on the country, of course, they're allowed, or a majority of them, I'm not really sure on the statistics right now, but they're allowed to, of course, have have dominance over their women, and basically, if they hit them, they can't really fight back against the situation. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really with that, my guy, because no. And that's kind of what drew the
Yeah.
line for me.
Well, I appreciate that you're not a misogynistic asshole. I do appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's just I don't know.
No,
Like
when I hear people
sometimes,
talk about women in a bad light, I'm like one of the first people who's quick to join the panel. And when I hear that shit, like, because the whole thing I love to do when it comes to ignorant individuals who do like to paint the light on women as if they're the problem, I definitely like to shine the light on the big main key factor in a situation, which it seems like they always seem to bypass, which is, hey, if it wasn't for that same gender that you're disrespecting, calling a bitch, calling a hoe, calling this, that, and the third, and all these other fucking names in the book, you do realize that you wouldn't be here to even call these names in the first place, right? You,
yeah,
like it took time for that person to give birth to you for you to even be in a position to even disrespect them the way you're doing. And like this is that simple. Like the seed comes before the apple. They had to plant the seed before the apple
right.
grows. So if your mother did not plant that seed, you as the apple would not be here to sit here and show your rotten colors. Simple.
And it's funny to me that there's so many things that are really obvious about these religious stories. Like for instance, we know now through science. I mean, we actually knew back then, but we'll say that it's because of science that women are the life givers, right? But the men in this story hated that so much that they immediately had to make the story be that women came from men when we know fucking damn well that no woman has ever came from a man, okay? Like they told in the story. And then they needed to put the fall of humanity on somebody. So in the story, they create a woman and then she fucks up and they could blame her for everything. So immediately they take away the fact that she gives life and they blame everything on her. It's so fucking obviously made up by a man, that it boggles my mind that I ever believed it at all. It's crazy.
Yeah, I dislike those
Um,
individuals. I try to stay away from them as much as possible. It kind of irks my nerves when I hear people, belittle women in different types of ways and fashions, because it's like, dude, at the end of the day, you're simply, you're at the end of the day, no matter how you disrespect a woman, because of the fact that you chose to disrespect them in general, you're already bypassing the first common sense piece. Without that person, you would not be here. And then I even try sometimes when they start to talk all cocky like and whatnot, like, oh, men are this, or we're powerful, or we have this, and women are da 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 da. I always ask them that one beautiful question, like, hey, do you know what would happen if very large percent of women in this world, not the country, but the world itself, that means country to country, country to country, state to state, city to city. Do you know what would happen if the large majority of women actually decided to say fuck all of this and actually quit the whole birth thing, the whole birth cycle, and just said, hey, we're gonna just live our lives by ourselves? And of course, they give ignorant replies and whatnot. And I'm like, no, incorrect. The answer would be no more of you, no more of me, and no more of us. That's all it takes. Is that simple. Y'all come together
yep,
and just say, forget about birth, the population of men will rapidly decrease. And then, as guys, you guys are going to be pushed in two positions, either having to submit to the woman and accept the fact that you're wrong, or you're going to be pushed in a situation to want to let your mind and your lust control you, to where now you're going to go around proving the fucking point and try to be raping women because you can't get none. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it.
yep, absolutely. Hey, my God, as a black woman, how are you? Um, yeah, I, and there's just so much misogyny in the religions. Like, I get kind of exhausted with the mogs, as born again atheist likes to call them, men of God, who come up and pretend that there is no misogyny in the book or in the religion. And I'll bring up things like, okay, 95% of all the named characters in the book are men. Less than 5% are women. And they'll go, so what do you mean so? This is supposed to be God, right? He's supposed to love both of us. and he didn't love us enough to even give us names in the fucking book or main character plots or fucking anything. We get some scraps.
What bothers me
We
the
get a
most is how
Ruth
they
and an
don't see the
Esther.
contradictions and they don't see the misogyny and how that's the part that I can say that actually irritates me more than anything is when you're showing the disgustingness to their faces and they're just like, oh, what are you talking about? I don't see an issue. Like, excuse me? Like, people who do that, especially guys who do that type of nonsense and who disrespect women in different ways, it kind of just makes me want to just like just walk around just punching them. Just every time I hear a guy
Yeah.
call a woman a bitch or something, just punching right in his jaw. Like, it's to the point where I low key want to make my own little special forces, like my own little military, to where it's just
Yeah.
like, yo. You put your hands on the women, bro. Forget about the police department. Forget they ain't doing shit. We gonna handle this shit now. Yeah, you right there. Come on, you come with me. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you guys, don't forget the guest box. Oh, thank you. The guest box is open. If you want to come up and ask Grandpa a question, you can come up. Also, if you have a question and you don't have a mic or you're too shy to come up, you can ask it in chat. Just put it all in caps so I can get that read out to him, okay? Um, did you have people that you talked to when you did start first doubting your Islamic faith, or did you just say fuck it and like not really talk to anybody
Nah,
about it?
it was simple. It was a simple fuck it. It wasn't too hard to gamble with. It was an easy decision.
And what was your family all non-religious? Like nobody was really religious at all in your family?
Well, I do have a couple, like a small little amount that I actually speak to, that claim Christianity, of course, and of course, show the opposite of actual true Christian and whatnot. Um, but they never put any type of like on they never act out on that Christian nonsense around me or anything like that. Like if you said something that they didn't like, it wasn't they didn't really just direct any of that Christian nonsense towards me at all. But when it came to them, it was more of just like, I acknowledge you being a believer. Am I going to convert with you? Fuck no. Are you going to be able to indoctrinate me? Hell no. And then from me, I guess choosing Islam, they was okay with that too. There was no bias between that either. Like nobody in my family was on some, oh, Christianity is better, da 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 da. Why are you Muslim? Nobody
Really?
was.
I
Yeah,
would have
everybody was
totally
cool.
been all over you for that if we were family. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And then we would have gotten little debates.
Yeah, and listen, I thought so too. But then when it's like when you really look at how some of the people in the family act as their own believers, it's like you kind of
Mm,
make yourself an easy target, even if you chose to come at me about me being Muslim, because I can easily
yeah.
point it right back at you. Like, are you even living up to Christian faith? Are you going by the book? Answer that
Yeah.
question.
And they don't. They don't. They
Exactly.
never
The
go by
mumbling, the
the book.
stumbling, so they roll it.
So how long did it take? Like, how long was your Swarway? No, I don't know. Your time with Islam. Was it like a year? Was it a couple of years? How long did that whole escapade last?
I believe, if I'm correct, I don't really remember. Um, I think if I'm correct, it was between 2 to maybe 3. I could be exaggerating it if I said more than 3, but I anywhere between those 2 to 3, maybe 4, maybe 4.
What do you think the biggest misconception people have about Islam is?
Mm, that all of them are bad,
Mm,
because when it came to like growing up and actually being friends with a lot of Christians and Muslims, let alone growing up with a lot of with a military kind of background and having a lot of soldiers, and I know it kind of was like Christianity, clearly, of course, living in America, duh, Christianity was not painted that much as a negative picture the same way Islam was. And the individuals of Christianity were not painted negatively the same way how Muslims were. So I felt like it was kind of I felt like it was kind of a good moment as well to step into the religion and kind of take an inside look, just so that I can maybe be the voice for some individuals, not all, and at least let people know, like, hey, not all, like, hey, like I can be that supposed living proof, like, hey, I'm former Muslim myself, and I can tell you for a calm little fact that not all of them are supposed terrorists like you guys say they are.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that is a huge misconception, and I think that that is intentional. It's to create xenophobic people. It's about white supremacy. It's about white Christian nationalism. You know, user 1834777 whatever he says. How do you know what is bad, Dante? How do you know?
How do I know what is good or what is bad?
Yes. How do
Usually
you know?
I know based off of my morals that I develop along the way as a human being while acknowledging my surroundings and going based off of what I do and do not like and would not approve of. So with that answer, with that question, my answer would be my version of bad would be solely and subjectively to myself. That would be my version of bad.
User, I think you're trying to have objective morals argument right now. And nobody has objective morals, even though you wish they existed, they do not exist. And I don't know if you're Christian, and I don't know if you're Muslim. I have no idea which, whether you're religious or not. But if you are doing this based on the Christian God, you of all people do not have objective morals. You literally have 45,000 denominations of Christianity. And with 45,000 denominations, that is all because you guys can't agree on what is a sin or what is not, and therefore it's subjective, and therefore so are your morals. No, we're not making objective moral claims. We're making subjective moral claims because that's all anybody can ever do. Thanks.
Exactly.
The more you know.
I don't recall giving
Um,
one objective claim. That's the funny part.
no, not at all. Honey, objective means mind independent, okay? Subjective means that a mind is involved. So even if you get your morals from God, they are subjective to God's mind. That's about truth, not morals. See, now you're confusing subjective and objective truth with subjective and objective morals. Those are two different things, pumpkin. Two different things. Was there anything hard for you when you deconstructed from Islam? Was it difficult or was it a pretty easy process for you since you didn't believe to begin with?
No, I would say it was a very simple process. It was more just for the experience to actually get a little inside look of what they believe in, what they don't believe in, and to kind of get a little inside scope of why, there was so much commotion with America and Middle East and stuff like that. So it wasn't very hard at all.
Um, User, I invited you up. If you want to come up and ask your questions, we'll be happy to answer. But how do I justify truth as an atheist in the first place? Truth has nothing to do with a religious belief. And as far as truth goes, the only thing that I can definitively say is an absolute truth is that I'm experiencing something right now. So I have the same level of truth as you do, sir. And things, that's not the same as objective morality, by the way. Objective truths or facts have nothing to do with objective morality. Come on up and quit asking stupid questions in the chat. What is wrong with you? The guest box is open. I sent you an invite. Why are you sitting down there in chat? You seem
Those
ridiculous.
what you call keyboard warriors.
Yeah, it's like they have this really powerful God, Dante, but they can't afford microphones or something. It's weird.
Right?
Like, why can't your God provide you with a microphone? That's weird. No, what's stupid is that you don't come up and just talk with us. That's what's stupid. Right, and I said put it in all caps, and you're not doing that, and you're just being like silly. It's really ridiculous. Just come up,
Those are
ask the
what you call
questions.
smart asses because they try to act all smart, not realizing that they clearly didn't listen to shit that the person said.
Yeah, for sure. We got Apostle joining us, but they're having a little trouble joining. Let me give them a second and see if they load.
Yeah,
Hi,
hello.
Apostle. How are you?
I'm doing good. You?
Doing well. Did you have a question for Dante today?
I have more of a question about like what do you mean by like deacon Q&A? Are you like a Christian deacon?
Decon? No, Decon for deconstruction.
Oh, deconstruction.
Yeah,
Oh.
Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and Dante is one of our deconstruction streamers. He does live streams regarding deconstructing from religion.
Well, I mean like what religions do you guys usually deconstruct?
I deconstruct Christianity and Islam and Judaism, but mostly Christianity, to be honest with you, because I'm an ex-Christian. Dante, what do you deconstruct?
Anything that has a belief standpoint with no fact behind it.
Oh, type. So not Christianity?
No, anything with a belief standpoint with no fact behind it.
Oh, so not Christianity. Okay.
I
Well,
hear the
Christianity
sarcasm in your reply,
doesn't have
and
facts behind it, so it is
I'm
Christianity.
yeah,
implying that Christianity has factual reason
yeah,
to
that's what I'm
like
saying. I hear
believe
the
in it.
sarcasm in your reply, which is why I repeated it twice
Oh.
for you slowly.
Yeah, so I mean like
So let's try this
obviously
again.
I'm
Anything
curious on why you think that
belief,
like
anything with
I'm
belief without fact. If you can bring to me three pieces of fact about the situations and anything in the scripture, not locations, situations, as in moments that took place, if you can provide to me three pieces of evidence that shows that these things happened without your testimony and without subjectivity, something that we can all come to agreement with objectively, then okay, I will concede that Christianity would be the truth with no problem.
well, obviously I'd rather you concede like theism. Like would you say theism is false?
Why would I say theism is false?
Theism. You think
Why would I
theism's
say it
false?
is false is my question.
No, I'm just curious. Do you think it's false?
Why would I say that it isn't?
I think it's
Why
false.
would you
I'm an
say it isn't?
atheist. I am an atheist. So yes, I don't believe that there is any God.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we were to look at scriptures, we would have some, if a God does exist, there'd be at least some reason-giving properties to believe in the scriptures, which is why I imply that, if God exists, there would be some reason for people to be like Christian or Islamist, right? So obviously or not obviously, sorry, that would just be what I'm implying, right? So
Well,
if
I
that's
think
the
there's reasons why people are those things, and indoctrination is the number one reason why people believe
W
anything.
indoctrination.
And geography is the number one determinator. Determinator? I don't think that's a word.
Determining
Thing that
factor.
determines, yeah, determining factor, determinator. That's
What you trying to say,
Arnold
denominator?
Schwarzenegger.
Common
It's the
denominator,
number one
probably.
determining factor on what religion you will be.
Well, when I mean
It's
like
just
why
where
people
you are
believe,
born.
what I mean by
First of
like the
all, we would
reason
have
or
to
Right.
why,
establish.
I'm more implying.
Indoctrination.
I mean more
We,
like the intellectual reasons, right?
But I'm telling you that the number one reason is indoctrination. There's
That's
no
those
intellect
are
behind
factors I don't
it. They
really
are.
care about. I'm gonna be
Well, I don't
honest.
care if you don't care about them. It's the number one reason.
Well, yeah. Well, common intellectual reasons to believe in Christianity is often from the perspective of the combination of theism and moral realism, right? The idea that moral facts exist and a God exists is the main reason people turn to like Islam and Christianity in terms of
No,
intellectual
it's
reason.
not. The number
Wait, what are
one
the
reason
what?
is indoctrination. What are you
That's an
talking about?
intellectual reason? When I say intellectual reason, do you know what I
No,
mean?
I'm telling you that there is no
Oh, so when I
intellectual
say
reason.
intellectual
You
reason, I'm
keep
not
saying that there's an
what?
intellectual reason, but there's not an intellectual reason. The number one
Despite me
reason
giving
is
it?
indoctrination. No, you're saying it, but that doesn't make it true. I can say
Wait, so what makes theism false?
you have no evidence for a God.
Yeah, sure we do. I mean, we can look at the
No,
fact
you
that the
don't.
universe is contingent, and if the universe depends on priors,
So wonderful.
then
Let's
we can obviously see that the priors we see in naturalism
But
doesn't best explain the
excuse me,
universe.
Apostle. I don't believe that the universe needs priors. I believe in an infinite regression.
Oh yeah, I believe in infinite regression too. That doesn't really
You're
attack
missing
me.
the big piece here, Apostle. Proof and evidence. That's all we need. Anything that you say, if it doesn't align with proof
Just
and
saying
evidence, is
stuff
gonna go
doesn't
over the
make it
piece.
true.
Yeah, you're just
Right.
saying a lot
So
of
the
nothing.
reason, okay, yeah, I could give the reason why the universe is
So
contingent. So the
give me,
universe,
forget about that, shall we? Where is the God's creator? If God exists, who
By
created
the
God? Can
way,
you give me that?
that's
just so
like the
you know,
most nonsense statement I've ever
I
seen.
just want to say this real quick. I normally don't allow debating on Decon Q&A day, but if you're cool with Dante, I don't mind that Apostle is up here. Do you?
I mean,
It's
I
up
feel
to
like
you.
he's just doing a Philbro runaround. So me personally, you're the host. It's up to you personally.
Oh, type
I'm just
shit.
not feeding into the bullshit because of the simple fact that he has no evidence, no fact to back up
He
his anything that
Bro
he's
does
saying.
not know what evidence is.
Hey, Casper.
Cool.
Yes, I
So
do
who
know
created
what
God?
evidence
Go ahead.
is.
Yeah, so if God is a if
If
restricted
everything
PSR,
else is
right, so if
contingent
restricted
on
PSR is
something
true,
beforehand,
right, then
then
God
that
would
means
not
your
need a
God
prior.
would also
This is a
be. So now
necessary
you're making
being.
a fallacy right now, like every other Philbro.
What fallacy? Go ahead.
You're making a fallacy right now because
What
how can
fallacy? Go
everything
ahead.
else need something in the beginning, but
You
your
mean
God
special
doesn't? That
pleading?
makes no
You mean special
sense.
pleading?
Both. Both.
Oh, so okay. So the reason why
Well,
it's not
first
special
of all,
pleading,
that's a presupposition, okay? And yes, you are
That too.
special pleading. And
right?
should you,
So
do
you
you want me to
interrupted me
name
on the
every
reason for
fallacy?
contingencies. I'm aware of like the fallacies.
Okay, let's let one person talk at a time. Apostle, go ahead and say what you want to say. Then I will let Dante go, and then I'll say something. Go ahead, Apostle.
Yeah, so the reason it's not a special plead fallacy is the reason that when we talk about special pleading, it usually is that we take a difference in like the proposition is otherwise different from like common things. So like if I were to say that eating an apple is good, but then I say like for me to eat an apple it's bad, right? That would be a special plead. There's no real difference.
I know what a special plead
but in the
is,
case of
Apostle.
God, that's what a special plead is. Anyway, so the reason why it's not a special plead is because the conditions are different.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
so
That literally
it would
makes it a special
right, so
plead. Oh my God. Wait,
right.
my God
What are
doesn't
you
count as
talking
a
about?
special plead, you guys, because he's different. Okay.
Yeah, so the reason,
That
yeah, I'm
literally
giving the
is
reason
a
why he's
special
different. So
plea.
if we look at the difference between contingencies and necessities, right? Common necessities we find within prescriptions are things like laws of logic, right? Laws of logic obviously aren't contingent on anything. Laws of logic don't require priors. Right? It would be similar to that. If God is like the necessity for all other things,
But
then
he's
it
not.
would
I
not need a
reject
necessity.
premise one, sir. That's what you're not getting. I'm rejecting
Well,
premise one. I do not believe in presuppositions. I don't believe God is the necessity.
Not a
I don't believe
presupposition.
that God is the only thing. Yes, it is. To presuppose God is a presupposition, sir.
You know, you're giving, so you're giving an internal critique, right? Which means you grant the worldview.
When did
and
I
then
tell
see
you
if the
I was
worldview,
giving you an internal critique?
you were
When did I,
literally,
have we
you were
talked
literally
about
just
the
giving
Bible yet?
like what?
No, I wasn't. What the
Wait,
fuck,
what?
dude?
Do you know what an
Literally,
internal critique is?
Yes, I know what an internal
is it?
critique is, and
What
I
is
don't
it?
have to grant you everything. And I
Oh, you
didn't
don't know
tell you
what
I was doing an internal
Wait,
critique.
in an internal critique, you do have to grant everything. You just have to look
No,
for
I don't
logical
have to
problems.
grant you
Smart one.
everything. No, I don't.
You're so what?
ridiculous.
You don't know what it.
You are
You don't know
so
what. Okay, you don't know what internal
ridiculous.
critique.
Yes, I do, Apostle. You are way
You
out of
clearly
your
don't.
league up here, Pumpkin. You really are out of your league.
Wait, you literally don't. Like, do you know what
No,
internal
I
critique
really
is?
do.
Oh, so
Yes,
tell me
I
what it is.
do
Tell me what it is.
understand. If
me
I'm
what it is.
doing an internal Apostle, shut the fuck up. Don't do that.
Okay, sorry,
I don't
go
know
ahead.
why you came up here so aggressive. This is a
Sorry, go
Decon
ahead.
Q&A. I will go ahead when I want to. I fucking run the show, dude. Shut up. Stop saying go ahead. It's Decon
Sorry, go
Q&A
ahead.
with CrystalJae. Bye, asshole. I was trying to be nice and let you come up this one time during a Decon Q&A show, but you guys can't handle. I'm sorry, Dante. I won't do that again. I thought we could have a conversation, but apparently
No, not at all.
we
I already knew where
cannot.
he was going. That's why I said
By
it's
the
up to
way, and
you because I already knew where he was going with it. That's why I said it's up to you. He was gonna do some Phil bro nonsense. This is something I'm used to on a consistent basis. Like the second he even started his sentence, I knew what he was gonna do. At the end of the day, everybody, like in my opinion, you wasting your time with them. As long as you,
I
the
know.
simple part remains, they cannot show proof. All they can do is make the claims, and they can go with the ifs. They can't bring any proof of anything that God supposedly did in the book has happened and can happen and will happen. So there's nothing that's you're doing that whole little back and forth. Don't even waste your time with them.
Yes, my daily goal is 666 ice creams. Are you scared of that? His is requesting it, but I'm not letting him up because they don't know what the show is about and they're just coming up. Yes, I'm mocking you. His 600. You guys, I have a gift goal of 666 ice cream cones. If you guys could help me reach that just to piss off his, that would be fucking awesome.
It seems like I'm
Thank
pissing
you,
off
Mama.
user right now because the user's kind of upset I'm not answering their question.
Okay, you can come up his, but the questions are for my guest, Dante, and you will be respectful. And oh, he's a troll. Okay, then I won't let him up. Thank you, Darv. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a bad. Yeah, nah, he's a troll. I haven't blocked already.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not bringing him up. Um,
User's the
you're
only one that's
right.
scared to come on.
I know the user is really scared to come up. Over on YouTube, Casper said, "If God existed, He wouldn't act so cruelly toward humans and animals. Nature itself shows that there's just no creator." I agree, Casper, 100%. That's another thing that Christians never really address is all the unnecessary cruelty to animals. And I'm not even a vegan or a vegetarian, although I'm starting to become more of a vegetarian. um, but like, there's just so much. Like, why did we have to unlive all the animals if humans were sinning? Why? That's weird, right?
Even when it came to his argument trying to say, oh, because if because of what he said, if God exists, or then that would be a good cause for people to be Christian. First of all, he
Yeah,
said that. That's how you know English is not his best language, because he said that shit all kinds of wrong. You would have to first specify what type of God we're even talking about, right? The same way how I make a prompt and I say, does God exist or is God necessary? The first thing Christians want to ask is, what type of God are you talking? So if you guys can ask for
right.
specifications, I can ask for specifications. So you're gonna make that claim. Now specify what God are we talking about for you to make that claim? Because if we're just talking about God in general and then trying to equate it to them being a Christian, then you would basically be assuming that Christian God. But because you did not specify, that could be any God.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to get back to my questions to you. Dante, when you did leave your religion, after you left Islam, was there any part of you that wanted to go back, or did you desire to maybe look at other religions and seek out other religions after that?
No and no. I can say no to both of those. I am seeking out for other religions. Nope, not at all. Wanting to go back. Nope, not that either. I was perfectly fine with the decision I made.
Did you ever have anybody try to bring you back into Islam or convert you to something else
Nah,
after?
mm, nope. And even if so, I'm a tough nut to crack. It's gonna take a decade to even convince me.
Looking back, is there anything you wish someone had told you earlier or anything regarding any of was there something like for me, I wish that I had known more about literature in general so that I could have read the Epic of Gilgamesh before I deconstructed and other, great writings, because then it would have dawned on me that they plagiarized a lot of the book. But was there anything like that you wish somebody had talked to you about when you were younger?
Mm. I would say maybe informed. Somebody could have informed me about Islam. Due to the simple fact that I did have a couple of Muslim friends, but they weren't too much as Orthodox Muslims to where they really followed everything. So it was kind of hard to really speak to one that would give me a good insight and be honest at the same exact time. So it's kind of yeah, I would say that giving me more insight about Islam before I did take the little trip and kind of found out the effed up pieces for myself. Um, yeah, I would say that much for the most part. That's all.
Hi, welcome to the show. You can ask questions as long as you're really here to engage and ask questions. The show is called Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and we ask our guest Dante questions about deconstructing, about what he streams and what he thinks. And if you want to engage that way, you're more than welcome to stay up here. Did you have a question for Dante? Hey,
Yeah,
Ariel.
I mean, I guess thank you for allowing me on. Just for the TikTok purposes, I'll say I'm 27 years old, about to be 28, so we're good there.
Thank you.
And I've been saved for 4 years. So,
Okay.
I mean, if that's okay, any questions? I mean, I was hoping to kind of get both of you included, but I mean, host, if you just kind of want to have me speak to Dante, I mean, that's fine as well. It's okay.
Well, go ahead and ask me if I want to respond. I'll respond. But go ahead and talk with Dante.
Cool. So I mainly, the main reason, Dante, why I go on this app, again, I don't come from a Christian household. You know, if anything, I've been homeless. My parents have kicked me out of their homes, or out of their home, you know, for my faith. Family doesn't talk to me anymore. They just...
Why? What faith is your parents?
No faith.
They kicked you out because you're a Christian.
Yeah,
That's such
Jesus...
a bullshit lie. That is such a bullshit lie. I am an atheist and my children have all different belief systems, and I would never kick any of them out for not believing like I do.
Well, I'm sorry you think I'm lying, because that was a rough year for me. And, you know, Jesus even tells us in the Gospels that mother and daughter will be against each other, father and son.
Yeah.
Some will put you to
Yeah.
unalivement, especially in that time,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
But my parents
sure.
were never really my parents to
That's
begin
weird
with.
because I have a community of 5,000 non-believers. Not one of them, not one would do
Not
that.
one
I
what?
don't believe you. Would kick their children out for believing something they didn't believe.
So, I really, quite
And
frankly...
you're 27 and it was 4 years ago. You were a fucking adult. That's not why they kicked you out. They kicked you out because you wouldn't pay the bills, or you weren't cleaning your room, or you weren't providing, and they needed you to fly the coop.
Can I then explain my testimony? Because this is honestly hurting my
Grown-ass
feelings.
adult saying, my parents kicked me out. No, I think you are the troll they're saying you are, because
I think
that
you need to
story
find...
was so far-fetched. I can't even. Get the fuck out of here. You're grown fucking ass adult telling me the atheist parents kicked you out because you were a Christian. What a damn liar. Why? How do you guys come up with this stuff? Oh, yeah, I need so much peace in my heart. Yeah. I'm not the one kicking my kids out for not believing like me. So, I think I
It's
have
the
more
fact
peace
that he
than your
wanted to
parents
speak
do,
to.
at least.
It's the fact that he wanted to speak to both of us apparently, but never got to his point.
No, and it's the point that he said he came up to ask us questions, but then decided to tell his pity story that wasn't even true. Honey, you don't know who Jesus is now, or you wouldn't worship him. You still don't know who he is, so
I mean,
there you
I
go.
kind of, if you're okay with it, host, I kind of do want to have a conversation with him.
Okay, all right. If you want to
Hey,
have, I will
hey,
be
come back
quiet
up.
and you can come. I will invite him back up. Dante
Come
wants
back
to have
up,
a
buddy.
conversation with you. If you want to come back up, you're invited.
Hey,
I
thank you
will
for
be
allowing me on.
quiet.
How you doing there,
Okay,
bud?
Dante wants to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me back on.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully you don't make me look bad here, because she only did it
I'm
because
not
I
trying to make
actually
anybody look
requested.
bad. We're all humans. I'm not better than
Okay,
any one of you.
okay, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. I respect that. So my question is, well, you did say that you wanted to actually speak to both of us, but and within that piece, I don't think you actually got to the point where you really wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
get to the point. I was kicked.
so were you, can you, okay, let me ask this instead. Are you able to actually ask me the question that you wanted to ask without actually doing the extra, if you can?
I mean, if you want me to just give you surface level connection, that's on you. If you want
More.
relatability and love, I can offer that to you and I will give that to you. But
So
if you
here's
just
the
want
thing
surface
though,
level
right?
interaction, that's not getting anywhere.
So here's the thing though, right? It's Q&A, right? And I don't think the prompt says surface level love or anything. It actually just says Q&A, and I'm actually waiting for the Q so I can give you the A.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you're supposed to ask him a question. So that's
yeah, I
what
was
he's
trying to
waiting
get
for.
to the question, but you kicked me. I forgive you. It's fine.
Right, because
But
we're hearing your story. I want the question. Can you get to the
yeah,
question?
because not everybody comes from a Christian household or false religion.
That's okay. Just ask him a question.
Have you truly
His,
met
his,
the love of
talk,
Jesus
talk to me.
Christ?
Talk to me.
I'm
Okay, talk
talking
to
to you,
me.
Dante. Have you truly, this is to anybody in here, even the guests
Well, forget
or even
about
the
them, right?
viewers.
We're
Have you
talking about me and you
truly,
having a conversation, okay?
I need you to really hone in on this question and look back in your past and ask
Got you.
yourself, even if it's fleeting feelings, because your
Okay,
heart is deceitful. Jesus
okay,
says, don't follow your heart.
okay.
Have you truly been met with the grace of God that surpasses
Yes,
all understanding and you were
yes,
filled
I
with the
have.
Holy Spirit, something that doesn't
Yes,
depart from you?
yes, I have.
So why are
Actually,
you
the
not born
Bible
again
says it
anymore?
will depart from you.
Can I ask
It does
can I
say.
ask the question without you just wanting to fight? Because this is your
Excuse me,
eternity, not mine.
his. I'm the fucking
I
host. If
I
I
don't
want to
just want
talk,
to
I'm gonna.
preach.
This is why you got disconnected before. Let me explain to you how the fucking show goes, okay? If you talk and I decide I want to say something, I get to say it because that's my fucking name up there, okay? That's it. If you're gonna put stuff in the fucking comments while I'm talking to you, you're being disrespectful. I'll drop you again. It's that simple. The
I
Bible
will
does say
you
you
have a
can
nice
have the
day.
spirit and you can lose it.
Dante, I'll add you personally because she's just gonna be a distraction for you, bro. So if you
He
want
has
to
you
talk
blocked,
on a
bitch.
private
He
space, I
has you
added you.
blocked.
We can discuss personally because she's just very angered. I don't know what happened to her in the
You're able
past,
to
but
discuss with me
I would
right
love to
here.
discuss with
I
her as
don't
well what
know,
she endured.
but I
Oh
don't
She's
my
just
trust
God,
feeding
her.
I'm
herself.
so
Just
angered.
because
I'm
Christians
so
hurt you
angered.
doesn't mean he gives you the right to hate other people.
His,
But
If
I don't
God
why
calls
are
trust
you a
you
her.
saying
hypocrite,
that? Why are you saying that?
because you stack hot coals on your head. The way you
And
hurt
you're
other
not showing
people,
the
that's
fruit of
only
the
hurting
spirit
yourself in
is
the long run.
you're not showing the fruit of the
His.
spirit. Where's the fruit of the
The
spirit
fruit of
is?
the Spirit is truth, and you don't accept it.
It's
Where's that
more
at?
than
The
truth,
truth is right in
sweetie. It's
front of you. You deny Jesus
patience.
Christ,
It's
yet he died for
patience.
you.
You don't have it. You don't
I
have any of the
You
fruits
can
of the
accuse
spirit.
me
You're a
all you want. You're going to take that
misogynist
up with
too.
God.
The fact that a woman
Every
talks
careless
over
word you
you
say is
and
going to
is
be taken into
passionate
account.
makes you think she's angry and she's been hurt. And that's so
Whoever has
misogynistic
ears,
of
let them
you.
hear.
Wait,
Whoever
host.
has ears, let them hear. That
Yeah,
he
your ears
doesn't
are
know the fucking
closed.
Bible. He fucking doesn't
And
know the
your
fucking
language is
Bible.
very concerning.
Oh, fuck you.
Life and death are in
Fuck
the
you
power of the
and your
tongue.
mother. And I
And
hope
whoever
a
loves it will
fucking
eat its
cactus goes
fruits.
up your fucking ass.
Dang,
Okay?
what happened to you? Who hurt you?
I'm gonna become more and more vulgar the more shit you say, you bitch. God, I can't stand people like that. I'm sorry, Doctor. I tried to bring it
No, you're
back up,
good. You're good. You're
but
good. You're perfectly fine.
first of all, I just wanted to bring up a Bible verse. That's all I was trying to do. And when he fucking started saying, "Oh, she's so angry. I'll just at you, Dante. She's so angry. I can't handle a woman. Oh my God." Okay, there is a Bible verse that
You
tells
know what's
you
funny
in
too? It's funny because the Bible even says that God even made those vessels for honor and vessels for dishonor. So
right.
based off of your replies and how you've been acting so far for the past like what couple of minutes, you might just be that vessel for dishonor. Damn, you might just be that vessel. Damn, is Damn, you make it damn. You know, I might just believe in God now because you know what? He's actually showing some proof right now. You are one of the vessels of dishonor.
He really is. And what the Bible verse I wanted to bring up was in Hebrews, because Christians think that you could not have known Jesus, the Holy Spirit, or God and leave. They think that that's a thing, okay? Because Paul says that or something like that. But also, it says in Hebrews 6:4-6, for as touching those who were once enlightened and tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and tasted the good word of God and the powers of the age to come, and then fell away, it is impossible to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh and put him to an open shame. So what it's saying is, because we all have already tasted the Holy Spirit, we can't come back once we fall away, because we will be crucifying Jesus again. And so, yes, you can have actually been a Christian who knew Jesus Christ and fall away. But don't ever fucking spam my chat, you piece of shit. Now you're getting the block. Everybody told me you were a troll and I didn't listen, but now you're gone. So that he's gonna hit you up in private though. Dante said you can have fun with that,
If
okay?
somehow the Holy Spirit can help him get past that block button, then we will see.
We
If
will
that can happen,
see.
then man, I might just be a believer. I might just have to
Oh my
convert.
God. You better come back and share on this live right if he got past that block button.
Right?
Yes, you guys, I'm sorry Dark Crystal showed up. Maybe I didn't have enough coffee this morning, but he was just making me so mad. It was like, give me a break. Don't come up here with the pretense. Over and over again, people are telling me not to bring him up. And so I decide to bring him up because he's saying in chat, no, I just want to come up and ask you questions and blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to come up with the church hurt because I said the F word. Get out of here. Get out of here. We're grown adults. If you can't handle the F word, get the fuck out of my life, because I say it a lot. He's been kicked from so many lives. Has he really? Is he always like that? All right.
That's why I got him blocked.
That's all I wanted to share, was that because he was going down the line of, you could never have really been a Christian and walked away, you know? I crashed out. I was the crash out this time. It was me. I take full responsibility for it. Okay, so Dante, what inspired you to start streaming?
I would have to say the simple fact that I would say the strong dislike that I have for the consistent disgusting outcomes caused by religion of itself. Um that kind of pushed me and motivated me into actually uh, stepping into the deconstruction side and actually speaking my piece on how I feel about it, and then from there, actually trying to assist people with coming out of it, um, and then from there, realizing how much sense it just doesn't make. It's just like you're believing in a mythical being that you can't even prove, yet you call on it and it doesn't show anything, but you feel like it does because you're imagining it and you can't even prove it. It's just a lot of nonsense. So it's just like, mainly because of my dislike for the outcomes of religion, the fact that you're able to be exempt from freaking touching kids and shit like that because of religion's practice, the fact that the justice system, the judicial system can excuse a lot of fucking supposed as they say God is supposedly, but the fact that justice system can excuse a lot of consequences that should be considered just when it comes to individuals committing crimes because of their religions. The justice system excuses shit like that. So many things that are just taking place because of the religions that should come to a stop. That should come to a complete halt. To where it's like it kind of like makes me so furious every time I wake up and see a video about a Christian or a Muslim doing this and doing that in the name of God, or this happening, and then this person trying to justify it by saying God did this, and it's just stupid. Like, get your heads out of the fucking gutter of imagination and bring that shit into the sky of life and fucking reality. Look up from the fucking heavens as if you're an eagle looking down at the world. Look through a big fucking vision. So I said, you know what? Let me hop on this deconstruction shit because this shit kind of irk my nerves.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Did you do panels and stuff at first before you did your own
Um,
lives?
um. I was very much more of a just a spectator. When I even downloaded TikTok in the first place, and from the first individuals that I followed all the way into Thinker, into Ria, Christina. You have another one who's also dope at what he does. His name is Bakanga. You have a lot of them that do what they do, to where I actually went from a calm spectator and watching all these lives to then, because I'm being encouraged and being motivated by these lives and people actually cracking down on this shit and really kind of just reading my mind, like, yo, they're talking about the same shit that I want to talk about. They're on the same topic that disgusts me, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, this is a cue, let's get it, let's do this shit.
Hell yeah. Hey, you guys, we had 37, well, 36 of you in here. We had over 40 a minute ago. Can you guys start tapping the screen now? Now? I know I told you this happens. See, I start out with 2 or 3 of you. We get 30 or 40 of you in here eventually, but you gotta keep tapping that screen. Send the ice cream cones, do the heart me's, get your team bracelets, do all the good things for me and Dante that you do for everybody else, and that will help us a lot. Make sure you're sending some gifts to Dante as well, please. And thank you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the 12,000 likes, for the gifts, the follows, the shares. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Lisa Marie. How are you guys? Buddy C, what's up? All right.
And then, my last reply I wanted to give to that question as well. Um, Seeing how so many atrocities, especially towards children and women, are taking place and constantly being protected, defended, and excused because of its religion, that right there kind of, I wouldn't even say it set the spark. No, I would say the issue at hand itself is the dynamite, is the TNT. But seeing the result of these issues, seeing the outcome of these situations and why it's being excused, that right there was the explosion by itself. That wasn't even the dynamite. That was the explosion right there that kind of set it off my head. Like, we have what? And then that's when my real passion of doing the deconstruction stuff and going live, it went from actually doing it to deconstruct or help people deconstruct from religion, to now it kind of shifted after seeing continuous disgusting acts by religious people. It shifted into, now forget about deconstructing. Now let's kick it up a notch. Let's actually go from deconstructing to actually bringing out the sick people and bringing them out to light from the darkness. Now I'm gonna have the people come up to the panel, and now we're gonna get deep. Now we're gonna be asked. Now we're gonna get really intimate here. Now I'm gonna make you feel uncomfortable. Now I'm gonna ask you questions, and you can either answer and show your true colors, or don't answer and show your true colors. You have no out in this. So it went from deconstructing to now I'm the hunter. I'm hunting for these individuals who agree with this
I like
disgusting shit.
that.
And when I hear people like
Yeah.
Forrest having 600 people and 600 and some change people on his panel saying that they would unalive a child if God commanded them to, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that just kind of fueled the rage in that one. So now every time I get to a panel that I even hear a slightest bit, if I even hear a slither of apologetic come out your mouth, oh yeah, the topic has changed now. We're going from
Mm.
deconstruction to now, would you do this if God told you to? How do you feel about this? Would you do this to a woman? Because your God did it. What do you think? Now I'm gonna go from actually deconstructing you to interrogating you based on your replies. So yeah,
I think I think that's a really hard thing, and I think that a lot of times people who've deconstructed should ask themselves those questions too, though. Like when you were a Christian, not you because you were not a Christian, but I think that those of us who were should be asking ourselves, would you have done that for your God back then? Because I remember really struggling with that. Like, I remember knowing that I would never sacrifice my kids to him and being like praying to this stupid ass God and saying, please don't ever fucking make it come down to that. Because I did believe that he could ask that of you because we had stories, right? So these Christians who go, God would never ask that of me, are in fucking denial because he does it throughout the book. What are you talking about, right? So
that's
I
another part
remember
too.
as a Christian, I remember thinking and praying, please don't ever ask this of me because I couldn't fucking do it. Yeah, I that's the way I was too, Ariel. I'm like, I'm gonna
See,
fucking go to hell, or we're
here's
going
the
to
funny thing
blows,
too.
Yahweh,
When it
because
comes
I
to the
can't do it.
believers, when it comes down to the believers, and here's another thing too, right? This is why when they say, "Oh, you're cherry picking," oh, host, you're cherry picking. I have no problem saying, "Hey, no problem." Yeah, I have no problem saying, "Yes, I am cherry picking." I have no problem saying, "Yup, I am most definitely cherry picking." Oh, did you even read the Bible? Nope, no, the fuck I did not, and I don't have any intention on to. Why can I say that faithfully? Because my agenda when it comes to touching this book or looking at any page and the believer's agenda are two completely different agendas. With your agenda as a believer, you're using this because either A, it benefits you, B, you're using it to excuse something that you did, or C, you're doing it because you're indoctrinated. Multiple,
Yeah,
that's it. Or it can be other reasons as well, but either way you put it, most likely those reasons are just stupid and foolish. When it comes to myself using this book or cherry picking, right? I do it because why? I don't need to read, in my opinion. Hey Claire, how you doing, love? I don't need to sit here and read a full fucking book, page by page, chapter by chapter, verse for verse, about mythology, about shit that has no proof behind it. If I wanted to do that shit, I'll go to the library, pick me up a fucking fiction book, and have fun there. If I do the book, I'm picking and I'm cherry picking and I'm picking and choosing because why? My intentions is not to sit here and understand the book the way you guys want to understand it for your benefit. My intentions is to break this book down just enough for me to seep through the nice little demonic little disgustingness of a human being you are and then use it against you. So when I look at the Bible, I specifically cherry pick and I use the disgusting, wicked verses. Because why? If you can sit here and try your best to make an apologetic for these verses, then you're just making it easy for me to for me to know who is the real issue in the world. You're making it easy for us to now see who really should be watched, who really should be on be on surveillance. Because that's disgusting. If you can sit here and making some kind of excuse of several different verses that I done cherry picked and pulled out about God commanding or allowing any kind of disgusting shit, you are showing me who the problem is. And it's you. The problem
yeah.
lies within you. I don't care about that book. I pick out the verses that I need, that breaks them down. And then when I break you down, that's all I need to do. You're done.
By the way, I want to remind everybody, you guys, the guest box is open. Come up and ask Dante a question. And, also you can give him his flowers too if he's helped you in your deconstruction. Come on up and say hi. And ask me your questions. Also, if you are too shy, don't have a mic, you can ask your questions in chat. Just please put it in all caps. Makes it easier for me to see that it is a question and not just chat. Hi, Achel, over on YouTube. Good to see you. For me, I do study the Bible. I read, we do non-believers Bible study every Wednesday right here at 11 a.m. Pacific time. But I understand, like I understand if you're not a believer, why would you study all the apologetics and everything? And also, like, I think it's really funny that Christians think that atheists should not only know their Bible better than them, but they should also know Hebrew, Greek, history, archaeology, science, and philosophy, like as if those are all their master's degrees or something, you know. But they don't know any of that shit. They don't know any of it, and they'll hone in on one philosophical argument, and they'll be like, "What, you're an atheist and you don't know philosophy?" And it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with atheism? Like, I don't have to be a philosopher to go like, "Hey, there's no evidence for your God."
That's the
I
funny
don't
part
need
too.
to
Like
know
just because we're
philosophy.
atheists, the fact that they if you realize it, they do the same thing with us, the same thing they do with the Bible. The same way they make the
Hmm.
claims of the stuff that's in the book as if it's true. They make claims about atheists as if this shit is true. Oh,
Right,
you're an
right,
atheist. You have no morals. What? Who? Wait, when did you
right.
make that random ass claim? What? Excuse me?
Yes, and they say things like that. Nothing made nothing. What does that fucking mean? Nothing made nothing. No, everything is a fucking natural phenomenon. Like every time we have looked for the answers to any questions throughout our entire existence, every answer when we finally reach it is a natural answer. It's natural processes. Not one time have we searched for an answer to something and went, "Holy fuck, it was magic." Oh my God, you guys, we just figured out how photosynthesis works and it's fucking magic. Isn't that fucking cool? We've never done that. That's never happened, not once, you know? So I don't know, like, why they expect for me to suddenly think that that's where I'm going to find the answers is through magic.
It's like they don't
Hallelujah.
understand the words that they use. Like the word belief doesn't really have its own definition. Like the word facts doesn't have its own definition. Like the word proof is not its own definition. Like it's like believers talk, and when you really listen to them talk, it's like you really can tell that indoctrination pushed out education, that the Bible pushed out school, like it just shoved the school learning out of their heads. Like when the Bible pushed its way in and moved itself in with all the luggage and shit, right, and its furniture, it just told the knowledge of school, like, yo, get the fuck out. This is my house now. And then it's like all the memory from school and common sense just went out the window and just said, oh, okay, I guess we're getting kicked out. We're getting evicted. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Tommy, what's going on, big dog?
He's loading. He's loading in. I have to give him a second because for some reason, TikTok is. Okay, you're fixing audio. Okay. For me,
That's
you're
big
still
dog
loading,
Tommy.
Tommy. That's my twin. Tommy's my twin because we were both born on June 29th.
Okay, here we go. You hear me?
Hey,
Yeah.
twin, how are you today?
What's up, twin? I'm wonderful. I saw your what's up, Granny Man? I saw your prompt or like the sentence that it reads when you come into the live, and
Yeah,
it said a safe space for the LGBTQ, right?
yep.
So I have been I don't know what you call it, like because I'm still very much involved in churches, working wise and stuff like that. I've decided to make my exit um, to be as much involved in their rhetoric and the critiquing of their rhetoric as possible. So I've let the administration of this church know that I'm not a believer, that I do not take communion, and I have not tithed in over 5 years before they hired me 2 years ago. And they said, well, that's interesting. We want to, we're trying to expand our outreach in this community. And we think that you might have something useful to share with us since you come from an outside perspective. Plus, they know how my family, I'm legacy. Like my godmother wrote famous songs for fucking Yolanda Adams and Kirk Franklin, all this shit, like Richard Smallwood, all this shit. So, like,
Yeah.
I have a very unique relationship with the church that I've said I don't agree with you. and made it clear, right? So they've been trying to have this conversation around relationships and like answering the tough questions about relationships. And one of the questions that I guess I indirectly inspired to them by giving them this book about uh, gay relationships in the church and stuff. They said, "Can the church be a safe space for the LGBTQ plus community?" When I tell you, when they read that question out loud on their live stream, Crystal, I have to send you this so that you can see their facial
I want to
reactions.
see. I want to see.
The one pastor, he was just not the one speaker. They had two speakers on the stage. It was almost like a talk show setup. And one of the speakers was, when he said that, he said, "Oh," like his face was just, hold on, let me turn my camera on real quick so you see. He said, um, well, you know, and he said Jesus did two things. Jesus gave the truth, but he also gave love. And so the problem that you see with most Christians today is that they want to give you one thing and not the other. Or they want to lead with the truth and not lead with love. And so I spoke to the pastor just now. I was on a live, and I kind of felt bad because I didn't tell him, but I also feel like that's what espionage is, and maybe I should just be a spy. Um,
Ooh,
but I asked him. I said, if your goal is to open your doors to people in need, regardless of your convictions, your beliefs, then you have to have this conversation differently than how you were having it. The way that you posed it is as if their lifestyle or who they are, the essence of who they are, and the people that they're attracted to is like you smoking a cigarette or you telling a lie,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And so and the it's so strange because this guy, the executive pastor, is a therapist. He has a psychology degree, and so when I tell him these things, he's like, "Oh yeah, true. I mean, I totally hear you. I get what you're saying." And it's like, so then if you get what I'm saying, and your goal is to reach out to these people, then what are you thinking you're going to offer them once you get their attention, and once they feel the love that I know is here, because I know you people, I know your families, I know the way that you care for your gay nephew and your gay son, I know the way you love people. But if you reach out to them this way and then follow it up with Jesus wants you to love first and then give them the truth, then you're gonna be very shocked when they tell you the truth about you, because you're gonna be thinking you're leading with love, and they're gonna tell you how much hate they feel from you, and you're gonna be shocked by that. You're gonna be fucking thrown off, and all of the time that you've spent in here trying to reach out to these people is gonna be for naught. So don't waste your time on that rhetoric. If you really truly want to have a relationship with the people in this community, and not for them to change your mind, not for you to change their mind, but if you want to have a relationship conversation with this community, which I think is useful, then you gotta change your language. You've got to change your thinking, your mindset, and really approach them as fully autonomous and self-aware people. But okay, off my soapbox. It was really interesting.
I think that in order for the church to ever become a safe place for the LGBTQIA, they have got to start teaching the scriptures properly. And that means they have to go with somebody like Rabbi Stephen Greenberg. He's an Orthodox leaning, openly gay rabbi, and he argues that Leviticus 18:22 and 20:13 are about exploitative relationships, humiliation, and not about being a mutually loving relationship. So what he's saying is, in those verses, that's about a man being dominant over another man, but not out of love, but out of humiliation. Okay. And if we started teaching that and saying, look, this was never about being anti-gay, this was never what this was intended. And then we take away the shame that people feel with it, right? And then we stop saying that it's a sin like smoking, right? We start saying that is not what this is. This is about you are not to grape, you are not to humiliate, you are not to try to dominate another man. Then maybe we can heal in the LGBTQIA community, and the church can start being more supportive. But until they start teaching it different, it's not going to change. You know what I mean?
Good morning or afternoon. Well, it's morning for
Hey,
me
Nick.
because I was stupid and pulled an all-nighter with Thrill, so I'm just waking up. You know what? I just my church permitted smoking because most of the congregation did, and they also promoted drinking because most of the
Inside?
congregation did. But if you mentioned
Wait, they had a bar in the smoking section?
Did they have a bar in the smoking section?
Girl, I was about to move to your state and I was about to join that motherfucker real quick. Damn.
I'm in Canada, so you know. But you mentioned the word homo, once,
Yeah.
and it's like doom, gloom, you're sinning, hell, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo.
Yeah. But I do believe it starts with them changing what they're teaching about the text. Until they change what they're teaching about that text, the church will not be a safe place for the LGBTQIA.
I agree wholeheartedly. The rhetoric has to stop.
One thing he said that was,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I'll remember what I was gonna say.
No, go ahead, Twin. Go
Okay.
ahead. I didn't have anything important.
One thing I'm sure it was important. You're so funny. I think one thing that he said that stood out to me was he was like, well, I hear what you're saying. However, you know that there's certain things that the church is just never going to like give up on their thinking about, right? And I said, yeah, that's true. Or he said there was the way that the restrictions. I think he used the word restrictions because I said, oh no, because he said because the Bible is like a book of instruction. And so there's certain things that the church body is just never going to let up on. And I said, well, when I hear you say that to me, and he said this, Crystal, he said, if you know somewhere in the Bible where that's contradictory, you let me know. And I said, well, not necessarily that I disagree with you about it being a book of instructions, but when it gives parameters or instructions or guidelines on certain things, I have to use my morals as a person to decide whether this makes sense that this is in this book, right? I said when I read about the concoction and the recipe for AB in the Bible, then it clearly contradicts with your idea about quote unquote pro-life, and
Yeah.
so if it gives guidelines on things like that and like slavery and like DA and like all these things that you can do harm to people, but if you regulate it, then you're still within what's acceptable to God. That doesn't transcend what we know to be human rights and what's just. So you're right. They I mean, not even just their interpretation, but until they say, okay, this book is clearly saying something that I don't really agree with, yeah, they're never going to be a safe space.
And here's the thing too. That pastor can say, well, the church is never going to do this or whatever, but the church has. I mean, there are certainly churches right now that are 100% pro LGBTQIA. His church might not be, But there are churches like the Episcopal Church now has a new position. They affirm all LGBTQIA people. That includes ordination. They ordain them. So to say the church will never is saying you, sir, you as a pastor and your church will never, because churches are changing.
And isn't that so scary that because when he said it, I kind of agree with him. I think what he was really trying to say, that it might not transcend when spoken to everybody, is that the black church ain't never gonna get with that. And
Yeah.
even though I've seen like what you're saying, like same gender love affirming churches and quote unquote safe spaces, there's still a level of indoctrination in our communities that transcends even the beliefs of the church. You know, it's more so to do with waiting for those people and those ideas to really die out. Just sad. So I think that's more so what he was saying. I said, well, when they go away, when they take their ideals to their graves, you're going to be left here with this church. You're going to be left here with these people.
It could just be my trust issues with the church because I was stuck in it so long. But I worry that some of these churches are going quotation mark LGBTQ friendly in order to garner more souls because their stats are dropping.
It's not souls, you guys. Come
You know
on. You know damn well it's money. Souls
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it. It's money.
Sorry,
You
I'll
guys.
quotation
The
mark.
LGBTQIA has money. Have we met all the LGBTQIA out there? I mean, we've got a lot of people in the entertainment industry. I say we. I'm not, you guys on sis. I'm just an ally. But I feel like I'm gay because I love you guys so much. So I'm a part of the community because of,
All right, show me
being
how much
involved
you're a
of
part
it.
of the community. Don't get okay. Don't get attacked.
I will show you how much. I have a child who's non-binary sitting in one room. My trans son-in-law sitting in the other room. My bi daughter-in-law and my bi daughter, and they all get along with me. They don't hate me, so I must be doing something right. I have to be doing something right. I think I am. And Nick and like they're so T7. Didn't you mean to come up? You can come up. What happened? So I get
I was talking about a
along.
different kind of test. But
Oh, you
luckily, luckily you got you a whole
Okay.
man.
Yeah. See, he just walked by. Yeah. Well, I always tell people too, if I had been brought up in a different era and I wasn't indoctrinated, I don't know that I would have been straight. I might have been bi or something because I think that I think I don't know. Like I think I don't know for sure. I just always was told I was, and I was just as much indoctrinated into that as my Christianity. Does that make sense? Like, I don't even know, because I think that women are beautiful. I find a lot of women hot. So I don't know that I wouldn't have kissed a few in my day. You know what I'm saying?
W, Crystal.
Just saying. I think that it had a lot more to do with my Christian upbringing than what I was attracted to or not. Does that make sense? Like if I hadn't have felt like it was a sin and I was going to hell, maybe I would have kissed a girl with some cherry chapstick. I don't know.
It's a woman somewhere telling your husband, "Don't fuck up." Don't fuck up.
He's been doing great. October 7th will be 30 years for us, you guys.
Aw.
30 years.
Beautiful.
So I'll never know, I guess.
So what's going
Unless
on,
he kicks
channel?
the bucket. Hey T7, how are you today?
How are you doing, Crystal?
Doing well. Listen, you guys, today's show is about Dante. Does anybody have a question for Dante?
Well, I don't know who Dante is.
Okay, well, introduce yourself.
What?
T7, Dante. T7. This is what my show does. It introduces some of the best creators to people who haven't had a chance to see them yet.
Hi, how are you doing, T7?
Hi, how are you doing? I might have met you in the past. I do apologize if I forgot you.
Nah, you're pretty fine. You're good.
I don't think I've met Dante yet, actually. Hello, Dante.
Hi, how are
Dante
you?
normally goes by Grampa Books. Have you
Sorry,
seen Grampa
can you
Books?
say
sir?
that?
So what's
He
going on?
normally goes by Grandpa Books.
So what's up, Dante?
Chilling right now, just getting baked and stuff like that.
I hear that. I'm actually not doing that because I'm trying to pass a screening in about 14 days. And that being said, I guess I don't want to change the narrative here. So are
Well, I can
we
give
on
you
a specific subject?
no, I not really, but I can give you a good introduction. I do go by Grandpa Books. So my name has changed to Dante, no pivot. Why? Because I am a deconstructionist, and I very much dislike when guests come to the panel and pivot from the questions or the topic. Um, and yeah, I try to, I guess, assist people with deconstructing from their religion. I am not religious, neither do I really consider myself a former religious individual, despite me having a small experience with Islam, which I really don't consider too much because it wasn't a long period of time. It was more like a test run in my eyes. So, besides that, yeah, that's a calm little background of myself.
What makes you so passionate about deconstruction with other people? You said you
Hey,
mentioned
I'll be right back. You guys keep it going, okay? I'll be right back.
you mentioned that you like to help people in their deconstruction. What makes you so passionate about it?
Simply seeing that I have a large perception, and I understand that a lot of individuals are in the religion of any sort of kind for a plethora of reasons, not just solely off of them being indoctrinated, let alone having that the religions that we have come with a very disgusting background to it that in most cases leads up until now where they're still acted out to where we have individuals that claim they would unalive a child who God commended them to, which I believe the number is 630 something who said yes, they would do so, along with individuals who would, I guess, rape the individual because God told them to, or the individuals that excuse a lot of things simply because religion is in place and it allows them to. So yeah, stuff like that, which comes off of my dislike and my hatred for people who do things like that, especially to children, and trying to use religion to get away with it, basically, kind of grew my passion and motivation to proceed in deconstruction, pursue deconstruction. I'm sorry.
What do you feel in modern times is the most detrimental part of mainstream religion? What's the most harmful?
Um, that's a good question. I would say it kind of, I can't say there's really the most harmful. I would say it's kind of like it's a scale. It's a couple of them that kind of rank in the most harmful from stripping the individual from their ability of critical thinking and awareness, let alone awareness of others or self, and from there also tampering with their mental stability to where they make brutal decisions because of a mythical being. That I feel like that's one bad part about it. It really disrupts the mental function of a human being. Another part that kind of is really detrimental is that it 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 draws it paves a way and a path for a lot of not saying that a lot of atrocities don't already happen, but I feel like it paves a way for them to be less targeted and more excused. Um, that's the first two I can say off the top of my head so far. But
Can
I
I
can
ask a
let you know if I
question
have
about that?
Hang on 1 second. Nick, did you have any other questions right now?
I'm good for now. I'll let somebody else ask. Well,
All
not
right,
let.
T7.
I'm not the ruler of
No,
this
I knew
life.
I knew what you meant. T7, did you have a
Actually,
question?
I actually did have a question, and it may be. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything, but I
You're
I was I was out for a second, and I didn't hear everything you said. And I guess I can pass. I guess because you don't need to rehash everything.
okay.
That's okay.
Clara, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. Hey, everybody. Hey, Books.
Hey, good to see
Yo.
you.
Good to see you. I was wondering, have you ever think about doing like a voiceover for books? Because I think you have a great audio voice.
Flirt.
I want to second that. I want to second that. Crystal, I second that 100%. I absolutely
Okay, I
100% agree.
agree.
I definitely do appreciate you guys for that. I kind of, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was expecting that. I was expecting that question for some reason. Have I thought about doing it? No, I have not. Being the fact that you and some other individuals have mentioned it a couple of times and are very adamant on me doing that, I will say that it's not a promise, but I will check it out. I'll test myself out on it and see what I can do and see how well I got it.
Grandpa,
Oh, sounds
I would
good.
say start at voices.com if you haven't discovered that platform. Very easy, streamlined way to get in some good work doing that. Make some money doing that. Some stuff you can do from home.
Definitely, when you get a chance to, if you can, just send me the link to it if you have it, whenever you have the moment. So,
Easy. Say less.
Thank you for that, Tommy.
You guys can all stay up here, and if you have more questions, you can. I'm just letting each of you ask a question real quick. I'm not smart. You wanted to ask a question?
Yes. Excuse me. So you're making a lot of value claims on what is better and what is good on all of this stuff, and I was just wondering how would you epistemically justify what would you consider good to be?
Ooh, apostemically.
Yes.
well, I definitely do acknowledge, and I'm very much aware that my claims are absolutely subjective. I am not trying to say them as if it's a guarantee that those would be the best options, and that those are good outcomes, and I can guarantee that for people. Um, but I can say that based off of my subjective opinion, I feel like those would just be things that could be good benefits to individuals and whatnot. Although there also could be other ways as well.
Yeah, but how would you know that it would be good? Is what
Well,
I'm asking you.
I can know if it's good based off of me making my attempt, which I've been basically doing for a while, which would have been doing the deconstruction and stuff, which would be have part of
No,
my
how do you know that is good?
right,
Listen,
yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
smart. He's answering your question. I think you want a philosophical debate, and we don't do that here. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, not debate somebody who calls himself I'm not smart. That's not what the show is. Okay?
I'm not asking for a debate. I'm
So
asking for how
yes,
do
you
we
are. You are
know what is good?
totally debating this. You know how we know? Because we think it and we know. Okay. So if you want to get into a deeper debate than that, you probably want to go into another panel because this isn't a debate show. Okay.
Oh, so you concede. You just don't know.
No, I'm not debating you. Do you understand those words?
Sometimes it's really hard for them to get their foot out their mouth, especially if they have like a size like 10 or 11. It's like they have to
It's
do like
14
the
actually.
craziest. Oh, well, yeah, you got to really get that motherfucker out. Yeah, it's stuck in
Hmm.
that bitch.
Yeah.
It
See,
might be
it's
just wise to
Decon
listen to the
Q
host.
and A with CrystalJae, and what we're doing right now is
I know.
asking
I asked
Dante
a
question.
question.
No, you're not listening. You're talking while I'm talking, and I'm the
But
host.
I asked a
That's when you should
question. It's
shut.
a
Excuse me.
Q&A.
Do you not listen? And you'll hear the whole story. Okay, but you have to shut up. Okay. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and we're asking Dante specific questions about his deconstructing and his work in the deconstruction community, not about his epistemic beliefs. Okay? If you want to talk about that, you're welcome to stay. If you want to debate the philosophical arguments, please go somewhere else. Don't mute
I
him.
did ask a
Go ahead.
question pertaining to the topic, though.
No, it's not. It's not pertaining to the topic. That's just don't keep muting him. Don't do it. It's not on topic. The topic is about Dante, his streaming lives, and his deconstruction, not about his philosophies. Okay?
Okay, fine.
Thank
Okay.
you.
How about this question then? How do you know that your deconstruction is good?
What does that have to do with it? Wait. What does that have to do with it? None of us go, my deconstruction is good or bad. That's not how we think. We don't do that. Now,
Don't
do
you
you
think
want to ask him how he deconstructed? Do you want to ask him about Islam? Do you want to ask him about what he streams? Do you want to ask him what processor is in his computer while he streams? You can ask him stuff like that.
That was the question I just asked. I said, how do we
Yeah,
know it's
that's
good?
not it. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't go, oh, my deconstruction is good or bad. We don't do that.
Then what's the
We
point of
don't.
deconstructing then?
We don't go, this is good or bad. We deconstruct because something happens and it causes us to deconstruct our religion. And everybody has a different story. Now, if you want to know
Alright.
what caused him to deconstruct, you could ask him that.
I was about to say, is he looking for a reason to deconstruct? Are you on the
Yeah.
fence? I'm not smart.
No.
Are you looking for a way out? Blink
Oh,
twice.
absolutely.
Blink
Absolutely
twice.
not.
Blink twice. Blink twice.
Oh my goodness gracious, dude. You're so funny.
Deconstructing is simply tearing apart your beliefs and looking at them to see if your morals align with what you already believe. Now, some
Yeah,
people,
that was
when
my
they
question.
can I finish? Some people
Yeah.
deconstruct and remain a Christian. Others deconstruct and become other religions. And some people deconstruct and become atheist or anti-theist or what have you. Everybody has a different story about it, but nobody is like, oh, deconstruct, good, bad. Nobody does that.
Okay.
I personally keep going on back and forth between anti-theism and atheism because I find merit
That's
in
the
both.
same thing.
No, it's not. I'm an atheist. I'm not anti-theist. It's not the
Words.
same thing. Clearly, you need to learn that
Words.
words have definitions. An anti-theist is against all gods. An atheist just doesn't believe in a god. I'm actually an ig-theist.
I'm just wondering, like, what? I'm not smart. What is your aim
What are you
here?
doing?
I
Like, what
just
is your
got a
aim? What is your
private.
goal here?
To
I
be
just got a-
centered.
I just got a private message from someone who straight up just said he's a dick, and this is someone who's really big in the community, and so I don't think we
Okay.
can expect a really good conversation here.
What a weird laugh you're doing. What are you doing? I'm not
This
smart.
person
Wait,
says
Nick, no,
he
Nick,
does
let me
it every-
talk. Let me talk for a minute.
Yeah,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
smart. What are you doing?
I'm just chilling. I'm just sitting here.
No, what's with the weird laugh and why are you up here?
I'm asking about your deconstruction.
Why?
Oh, you're here to start shit.
T7, let me
Because
talk
isn't
to
that
why.
about the Q&A? Isn't that the Q&A?
No, you obviously don't understand, so have a good day. Come back on one of the days where I'm doing conversations with Christians, okay? That's when I actually will talk to you guys. It'll say CrystalJae's Conversations with Christians. I go live a couple of days a week doing
I
conversations with
apologize
Christians.
about that, Crystal.
That's okay. I just, when I'm like trying to go one-on-one with them, I just want to do it because I want to find out what they're doing. You know what I mean? But obviously, he just came up here to cause trouble, so he is gone.
Guys,
Um,
if this-
let's get back to Dante though.
I was gonna ask. I have a question for Grandpa Books. That's how I met you.
Yeah,
But Dante,
that's how I
Dante,
met him too. I keep calling him Dante, but I met him as Grandpa Books too.
and I don't know if you did this word play on purpose, but I kind of feel like you did. I don't know. You tell me. Don't and Dante, because I kind of want to say don't to pivot. No, okay. I feel like that chuckle was like I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
That was the first time I've ever really heard somebody pronounce it that way. That was good. That was
Every time you go live and I have time, I'm gonna come up and be like, don't tell, I'll be pivoting. Um, the other question I have to ask is, do you have a hard time with being okay? So when people like that person that just came up, I'm not smart. I don't know what the fuck that was. Um, and they're being like very self-centering, like they're trying to be the ask questions that give them attention, right? How do you manage that without giving them the attention?
um
Personally, how
so
do you do it? Because we all have different things that we do. Like I like how CrystalJae just like was like, okay, wait, let me center this shit down real quick.
right.
Hold on, y'all, give me a
Right.
second.
Just
Let
give me a
me,
second.
yeah.
Give him the attention he needs real quick, and then we'll get rid of him.
So I'll answer the first one first. Since that one's more easy and simple. Dante, is that's actually how it is pronounced, even though that's not well, that's how it's Donte is how it's spelled, but Dante is most likely, normally spelled with D-A, with a D-A-N-T. But Dante is actually not a breakup name, not a code name or anything. It's actually my middle name. So I chose it because I actually always wanted my middle name to be my first name, but it's not my first name. So, but because I like my middle name, I chose to put it as that. But I'm actually going to change it to back to Grandpa, but I'm going to keep the last name. So it's going to be Grandpa No Pivot. So at least people know who's, it's still me, of course. Um,
Same. My middle name is Thomas.
oh, see, if my first name was Thomas, I would have been okay with that, but it's not Thomas.
Same. My middle name is Thomas too. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So for the second question, there's methods. Absolutely, you're most definitely correct on that one. There are definitely a ton of methods for each individual. I personally have my own set of methods, actually, where I definitely, but sometimes, depending on my mood, if I'm not really feeling it in that day and I really just want to just get straight to the point, then yes, I would be on some crystal shit, and I would be like, yo, let me talk to him real quick. Let me talk to the guest real quick. What the fuck is your point of being here? Once you start going on and start doing the whole no pivot nonsense, and you start proving my last name correctly, and you start pivoting, drop next person. I don't got time for that. Um, and people who know me from the beginning of starting my lives, oh yeah, I was Oprah Winfrey with the drops. I was dropping people left and right like it was nothing. You breathed the wrong way, I dropped you. Um, but my other methods would be like sometimes I do like to engage in it just to kind of like tag it on whatever for a little while, simply because it's not just me that's hosting. I am most definitely aware that I have guests and I have panels and I have comment section. I have people who are supporting. I have people who are watching. I have people who are supporters, people who are on the verge of deconstructing, people who are on the fence, haters for fucking haters, even people who are believers and who just don't like the shit but for some reason still watch the shit. Like there's so many categories of people in the comments that sometimes I would actually just let it play out just to give the comments something to laugh about and something to joke about and whatnot. Thank you, T, by the way, for coming up and asking me questions. You're awesome. And I would just do that as well because it's not just me, even though I do want to get to the point. There's also the comment section who's here too, and sometimes they want something to laugh about, and sometimes they like to laugh at a goofy motherfucker asking philosophical questions or even a crash out. Um, that's the second way. The third way I can handle it is actually being calm with them and asking them questions. And sometimes, not giving them the energy because I'm really going to be serious. Like, if you're going to ask all these philosophical questions, I can just reply back like, why are you asking these questions? What is your reason of asking these questions? What do you plan on proving? What is the point here? What do you plan on gaining? They don't like that 21 question game, especially when you're doing it so subtle
Mhm.
and so calm. They don't like that because they start to realize that, okay, you're not falling for their shit. But yeah, those are the main three ways I would go about it. Either the straightforward crystal way, the calm, joking way, and let the comments have some fun with them too and making jokes, or I'll just kind of be so calm and nonchalant with them and just start just pivoting. I'll pivot myself basically, just avoid their questions by asking my own questions and just play this game with them and see who shuts the fuck up first.
Hang on real quick. I'm not sure what's confusing, but for everybody confused, because most people have not, the only people who normally get confused when they come into my live during the Decon Q&A with CrystalJae is Christians, because they think that says deacon. And they think that I'm saying that I'm a deacon of the church and that I'm doing a Q&A. This is Deconstruction Q&A with CrystalJae, and I do about 2 shows a week for Decon Q&A. I have different guests on. I do them for sure every Sunday, so make sure you're here every Sunday at 11 a.m. I bring you different hosts from the Deconstruction community. And these are people of all walks of life. Most have been atheists, but they are not all atheists. And we come up, we talk about their deconstruction, we talk about their streaming and what their shows are like, and we ask them questions to get to know them better. And hopefully I bring you some people that you maybe hadn't heard of before, and you find somebody new to tune into when they go live. So make sure you're following now. Make sure you follow Dante. But I'm not sure why that's confusing, because if you're part of the deconstruction community, I think it's pretty clear that it's a Q&A. So I'm not sure where the confusion is. I hope I've clarified it though. I'm sorry, you guys continue. Tommy, did you have other questions you wanted to ask Dante?
I'm cool right now. I'm ordering my food, so I'm gonna stay on mute. I'm listening.
What are you ordering? Now I'm hungry.
I'm
What are we
embarrassed. I'm
having?
embarrassed. Do not ask me. I will send it in your DM. It's a quick fix. I need a nap
Okay.
and some food. Thank you.
Okay. It's Jack in the Box. That's what he's. That's why he doesn't want to tell us.
Close,
It's
close,
2
close.
tacos from Jack in the Box. Okay, it is my guilty pleasure, the cheap ass tacos from Del Taco when I'm a little elevated. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you got even closer, and girl, like we are really twinning, okay? Because a Del Taco with sour cream added and extra cheese is my thing,
Oh,
baby girl.
yes, please. Okay, Nick or Clara, don't leave, either one of you. But do you guys have questions? But don't leave, though. Like, don't go, nope, I don't, and now I'm leaving. Don't leave. Do you guys have questions?
Do you keep statistics with the people that you talk to? Because I heard you say something over 600 believers had told you they would like unalive their kids. Do you also?
Oh, Forrest. It's, Forrest Mendez?
Yeah.
You know Forrest. Forrest has like over 500 people, individuals, not the same person, that he has recorded telling him that.
Oh,
Those people recently came to my live and actually gave me an update, which was 600 and some change.
Oh, now it's
Okay.
600 and something. So yeah. Hey, Rabbi. So yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was doing statistics for my lives too, and when you start putting numbers together, it's pretty wild with what some of these people believe and why they believe it. And it's mostly just because they're told to.
It is. It's disturbing. It really is.
I mean, if you think
That's
about
why-
it.
When any of you were believers, would you have unalived somebody if you thought God told you to?
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Because I already said I wouldn't have.
And the thing about my relationship with my mom, like I've always felt like growing up when I asked her questions about God, like, are we supposed to love, like, am I supposed to love God more than you? She never gave me a defining answer because she would always wrap it up with, baby, ain't nothing I love more in this world than you.
Aw.
So I already know if God told my mama something like that, that would fuck her whole faith up. But then how you read this shit?
Feel
Yeah.
like that people who say yes
Yeah.
should have a psych evaluation, because it's like I feel like they should really have their mental stability like medically tested, because it's like I feel like they should really do like a real study on how on the different levels indoctrination goes and how deep it can go and what's the furthest it can go. Because I don't feel like a person who's just like think like just hear me out for a second, just bear with me. A person who's surface level indoctrinated to where they're still capable of being saved, saying yes, does that show that you're really indoctrinated, or were you just mentally unstable before and you're just using the indoctrination and the religion to back it up and cover it up? Meanwhile, that can already have been
See,
your
and
previous
here's
intentions before
my
the religion.
problem with that, and that is I am not mentally stable, nor was I when I was a Christian. I have mental illness. And I just don't think we can always chalk it up to that, because I'm the same mentally ill person I was when I was a Christian, but I just realized it was all a lie. I still have mental illness to this day. So I don't think we can, like, I think that mental illness obviously becomes a part because we know about religious psychosis and things like that. But I don't think that mental illness played as big a part in it as indoctrination did for me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a choice when I started in it, right? That played a way bigger part than me falling for something because I'm mentally ill. I obviously figured it out while I was mentally ill because I
Well,
am
I mean,
mentally
more so on the in the idea of, or in the perspective of, the individual already has a mental issue, right? Something that him, family, friends, whoever already knows
ill.
that should be worked on, something that can either be helped,
True,
can
true.
help, whichever the issue is, right? But in the situation, instead of actually taking that person to get the help that they need so that to see if that mental illness can actually go away or some way be tamed, they choose to now feed that mental illness with now religion as the cure,
Yeah.
which is now in this case amplifying the mental illness because you're putting all this negative indoctrination and then going by how they're indoctrinating them too, right? This is why I say I feel like there's levels to it, because you have surface level indoctrination where it can just be simple shit. And then you have people who are deep indoctrinated to where they literally get damn near whooped or beaten into, like, into the Bible, like like people who really like they have family to where if you even recite a verse incorrectly, you're getting your ass whooped for no reason, like shit like that, to where that's a deep level of indoctrination. That's physical pain right there. That's physical trauma towards
Yeah.
your indoctrination level that's now causing you to psychologically be addicted to this shit, which can then
True.
those are the only ones that I'm not gonna say that I can put a complete pass on, but those are the ones that I feel like can have more attention paid to, when it comes to them saying yes to a prompt like, would you unalive your child if God commanded you to? Why? Because those are the individuals that were physically beaten into the indoctrination and whatnot, to where it's kind of like by force for you to say yes because of the trauma that you physically endured into the biblical side of you being indoctrinated in your family, your friend, your family, or whoever, forcing you to read the Bible, forcing you to memorize stuff, and every time you forgot shit, you got beaten. So those are the people where it's like, okay, I don't agree with the fact that you said yes to this prompt, but I understand why, because you weren't really
Yeah.
given a way to think otherwise, because you were beaten into this shit. But then you have the surface level ones to where you kind of have an out, and you see you're out because you weren't fully and deeply indoctrinated. You were indoctrinated just in the surface level to where you're still kind of messed up, but you kind of can be saved too if people really put in an
Yeah.
effort.
I really wonder sometimes what it is, because, like, literally, I will have people, a lot of you guys have come to me, who are in their 30s, 40s, or whatever, and they're like, my parents are your age, and they are so fucking right-wing MAGA, you know, how did you get out of it? And I don't know what to tell them because I was conservative right-wing Christian. I was that. And I don't know why I'm different than other people my age who, you know, can't get past it. I don't know why I'm any different. I have no idea. Good morning, Rabbi.
Right.
How are you today? Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
I wish I
okay.
knew.
I'm okay.
Did-
I saw that Books was in here.
Yeah, it's Books' day.
And if we have questions for Books, I have questions for Books.
Yeah, thank you.
So, are you ready, Books?
Oh no, I don't think so.
First of
Hey,
all,
we're never too old. Sorry, I
That's
had to
right.
say that for chat.
no, that's
We're
true. We are never
old.
too old. I know
Don't be
people
ageist.
who are getting PhDs in their 70s. No one is ever too old. As long as you're on this side of the ground, you are never too old.
That's right.
So, my first question is, first and foremost, at your young age, why are you so cute? So that is the first question. And then I'll get into the serious ones.
The only answer I can give to that is genetics, maybe.
Your mama is what makes you cute. I'm sure of it.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So here are some actual serious questions. Did you always question? Like, were you raised? I wasn't here earlier, so I don't know if you were raised in a faith.
No, it was not.
Oh, okay. So that was going to be the. Did you ever question? You saw your friends being raised in Christianity. Did you ever wonder, hey, do they got something there, or you were always kind of like, realistically, this isn't for me?
Nah, it was always more of like I just naturally respected them. But in terms of them like believing in a God, that was the only question that always aroused. Like, what makes you guys believe in a God if he doesn't prove himself? In
Yeah.
terms of like the religion itself that they may have like specifically practiced, whether it's Christianity or Islam or whatever the case may be, I never really questioned their beliefs in their religion. I just questioned the whole thing about God once they got into that part.
Okay. So then my follow-up would be, like, have you ever heard any person of faith give you an explanation that has made you kind of go, maybe? And I don't mean maybe you want to become a Christian, maybe you want to become a Jew, maybe you want to become Muslim, but maybe in your head go, that's a really interesting way that they see it. I wonder if that is a premise that might be valid.
No, nope, not one person has given me any kind of response. I think that
And so would you consider yourself anti-theist or just hard atheist?
it's already.
See, that's interesting. And then could you tell me a little bit more about your religion of Haagen-Dazsism?
I like
So
this
you
religion.
see, when it comes to
Oh, by the
Haagen-Dazs,
way, butter pecan slaps. I just wanted to
there
say
we
that.
go.
Butter pecan does slap.
Love it.
Hey, host, actually, if you don't mind, can you actually give me the big screen for one quick second?
Oh, he's gonna do the thing. I love it when he does this.
Absolutely.
Because because apparently when it comes to every religion, right, we can never really seem to get a very good description of God for some apparent reason. But you see, when it comes to my religion, it actually can prove my God, right? And it actually can prove my God, right? And it just so happens to not just be God, but the Trinity. That right there, oh my God, that right there is Haagen-Dazs. What's that at the bottom? It says vanilla. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the first one, right? That's the Holy Spirit. Then you got caramel, right? That's the Jesus. And then you got pecan. That is the God right there. That is the Father. You feel what I'm saying? You put it together, you got the Trinity in one. You feel what I'm saying? That's all you know what I'm saying? Thank you, host. I just wanted to put that up real quickly.
Oh,
But yeah,
now I'm
about
so hungry
Haagen-Dazsism.
for ice cream.
It's just a calm religion, calm religion. It don't require all the extra nonsense, none of that torture, none of that harmfulness. All it requires you to do is just have, we must eat one thing, okay, specifically of either pecan, vanilla, caramel, or the Trinity, which is the triple one, which is the 3-in-1 I just showed you, which has all 3 in 1. One of those
But how do you
kinds right
feel
there.
about chocolate malted crunch?
That is also part of the Trinity. But of course, just like Christianity, we have different parts of it to where buttermelted crunch will be that own separate practice, right? We are you're
See,
able to roam around.
I worship that because, and quick very quick story time. When I was growing up, my dad and I on weekends, on Sundays, was our day to go and do father-daughter stuff. Now, my father of blessed memory, I don't think the universe made a better dad than my dad. And of course, but I'm biased. And so we would go to Thrifty, and I don't know. I bet you Crystal remembers. Thrifty used to have ice cream.
Yes.
You'd come and you'd get ice cream at Thrifty, and you know the one I think I'm talking about down on Florida.
Yes, and by the way, you can still get Thrifty ice cream at Winco.
I know. I only learned that recently. So I would go with my dad, and I would get 1 scoop, and my dad would get 2 scoops, and then it was always chocolate malted crunch, and my dad would do 2 scoops of something, and we'd walk around and do stuff. But then one day he said, one day you will earn 2 scoops. Like, you will become an age where you earn 2 scoops. And when that day comes, he was like, she's going to get 2 scoops today. But then my dad got 3, because he said that no matter what, like, he was always my dad. So he had to have the 3 scoops. So a few years ago, for his yard site, which is what we call the day of anniversary of someone's passing, I found that they still had Thrifty ice cream that you could buy, and the little square kind of thing to go in and get I bought that, and we did it up, and I did the whole chocolate malted crunch. I did 2 scoops of that, and then we put out, I know it melted, but for my dad, we did 3 scoops and put it in a bowl and just let it sit there for my dad. So that's why
I have to do that.
I do this at the altar of the chocolate malted crunch for that reason. But we kind of do that also for Day of the Dead. We put out an ofrenda, and of course we put our ancestors' favorites foods out on the ofrenda every year. So now that I can buy chocolate malted crunch in a pint and not have to try to go hunt it down somewhere, I can now do this much easier. So when Book started talking about his Haagen-Dazsism, I'm going to tell you, it very much reminded me of my father. My father's obsession with ice cream knew no bounds. And I think he would be delighted to hear that someone actually has a religion dedicated to nothing but ice cream.
Well, the only thing about my religion is that literally the only thing is my Haagen-Dazs God is a jealous God, which means if you eat any other ice cream brand besides Haagen-Dazs, you'll face the life punishment of having continuous diarrhea for eternity.
Oh, no, I
due
hear
to
you.
lactose.
I hear you. So the other question is, like, do you ever feel pressured by friends, or like, even you said you were raised atheist, but do you have other family members that come to you and try to use that whole, like, you're going to go to hell if you don't believe in Christ?
Nah.
Like, obviously Jews don't do that. We're just like,
Nope.
do you, boo? But like,
Not one person in my family doesn't.
oh, that's wonderful. See, yeah, that whole, like, I never have understood that. The whole, like,
Oh,
if
wait.
you don't believe in Christ, you're going to be tortured. Because I'm like,
Here's a
that's not
question.
love, that's coercion.
Do you sacrifice in any ice cream, or do you sacrifice something to the ice cream? The only sacrifice you'll be making in my religion is that you can only eat the Haagen-Dazs. Once you commit to it, to commit to Haagen-Dazsism, you would have to eat one of the either vanilla, caramel, pecan, or the Trinity every Sunday.
This is why I can't do it. I love you very much, but this is why I can't do it, because I'm a thrifty girl. I have to, like, I'm a different denomination. I have to praise thrifty in honor of my father, and I am kind of I'm kind of cross-denomination. I'm non-denominational because of my love of Ben and Jerry. So
Mhm.
I'm a
Mine
little
too.
non-denominational.
I was
Yep.
gonna talk about the holy duo, Ben and Jerry, because also, I mean, they get arrested for causes. And
They
that's what
do,
makes them
and you
cool.
saw Jerry just left. Jerry quit because of the way the way everything happened. He put out a big statement saying that because Ben and Jerry's was started as a peace activist, and like they do get arrested and they do all these things, and he was getting shit from their parent company. He's like, I can no longer do this. I believe in things that we started this company on, and I will no longer do this. But I will be honest. I'm kind of a all-American dream connoisseur, because Stephen Colbert is the GOAT.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will think of
Yeah.
something else. I know I had a couple other questions for you, and now they're gone because I'm an old lady with menopause, and that brain fog is real. But so I'll sit here, but I know I have a couple more for you.
And you gotta just make sure you eat one of those ice creams every one time.
Oh,
every
had
Sunday.
I had, well, my son does the coffee ice cream. He loves the Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream. That's his
Bad.
favorite.
But hey, look,
Um,
Haagen-Dazsism is like Hinduism. We don't care about what God you worship as long as it's within. Well, okay, hold on, bad example because
you're like, hold on a minute.
yeah, my God's jealous. So we do get, as long as your God is one of the ice creams that you pick within the Haagen-Dazs religion, or one of the, as Christianity goes, right? How you have 45,000 denominations. As long as you pick
Oh
one of
yeah.
those Haagen-Dazs, you're still within you're still within the religion. But once you choose
You
the
know
ice
what?
cream brand outside of it, you're done for, right?
I
Eternal
do.
diarrhea.
I do have another question for you. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like even though I don't think that I've run out of patience. I think I still have patience, but my capability of dealing with people who I know are being obtuse purposefully or who are being mean purposely, I can't handle mean people. And so that's when I match energy. But my ability to, if I think someone's asking in good faith, even if it's kind of questionable questions, where I literally am like, I can handle this. Do you ever run out of patience?
Hmm. Hmm. I would say that in a small sense, it can vary because I do have I've been told I have a pretty high level of patience. I learned it from my dad. But on some days, I would say it does take a long time for me to lose that patience. Yes, it takes a while.
Yeah, it does for me too. And I've heard you, like, you're always very calm. And, like, even when you are frustrated with somebody, I've heard you, be very calm and still be like, you know what, today's not your day, I guess. You can try again later. Or just, but very calm, like, you know what I'm going to do? See that? Welcome to the exit. Like, the block button is down there. We're going to hit that. You have a good day. But you still have this very calm. And I know me, I get to a point where no matter how calm I am or no matter how patient I am, I get to the point where I'm like, I cannot believe I have to share air with somebody who believes these things, these very harmful things, and then turns around and tries to convince. Heard this yesterday. This guy was just so angry, like, if you don't believe in Christ, all of these things, and you're going to hell, and just horrifying things. And I'm like, how do you say that you love somebody in the name of this God and then treat them so poorly? And that's what makes me mad. Like, me, whatever, you can say whatever you want to me. If somebody talked to you, books, like when you're in my live, like some kind of way, I think I would lose my shit. I've lost my shit on people who've talked to Nick and Clara some kind of way when they've been in my lives. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you just said, but I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it ain't them. So I
We
always wonder
say
how you
that.
keep so much calmness.
Well, one method I do is I tend to mix sarcasm, and this is one of my things I like to do. I tend to mix sarcasm with frustration. So even though I'm frustrated and I may be getting angered, I mix that with the sarcasm, which brings it down because now it's funny. Now it's funny as hell. That's the first way. The second way is that I tend to actually just brush it off because part of me, even though I may not seem like it, I kind of do like a little bit of toxicity. So sometimes I like to kind of just let them ramble off because I do like to just hear the bullshit and just reply back with stupid replies just to piss them off. I love the rage bait. It's for some reason it makes me laugh. It just brings joy to my day. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. The only time it bothers me the most, and I do get frustrated very quickly and I lose patience, is
Yeah.
specifically in topics when it talks about coercive brutality and nonsense and in the attempt of justification for kids and women and people in
Yeah.
general for shit like that. That's when I lose patience because now you're showing lack of empathy, lack of human fucking emotions, and that's when I'm like, all right, I'm getting irritated. Now you're pissing me off because what the fuck are you talking?
Yeah. So
Besides that, if
I
they're
don't
just chatting
know.
over now nonsense, oh yeah, I let them slide. I don't care. I like their ramble voice.
Are you are you very close with your parents?
Yes, I would say yes, I am.
Okay, so do me a favor. The next time that you get a chance to talk to your mama and your daddy, you tell them that this old lady thinks that they raised a very good young man, and I cannot wait to see what he goes out and does in the world.
Thank you.
You can
No,
tell two old ladies think that of you. Two old ladies in California have said this.
that's sweet. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
speaking really quick, speaking of California, Crystal, I found a place that you, me, and your husband and my wife have got to go. It's a barbecue place out here in Wildemar that I just learned about that looks so freaking good.
Okay, well, we should go because I still have a gift for you. That is
Oh my gosh,
still
I
sitting
know.
in my
It
truck.
seems like every time I'm like, okay, we're going to get together, some
I know.
nonsense happens. Yes, absolutely.
I will
would
DM
love
you.
that.
Okay.
Okay, yes, okay, yeah, we have to get together because my wife just sent me this place and she was like, baby,
Yes.
baby. And I was like, oh, that brisket looks good.
Love.
All right, I'm going to
barbecue.
shut up now.
Okay, Mother, did you have a question? And then after that, you guys don't leave because we're gonna play Divine or Decline. Okay, Mother, did you have a question? And how are you today, Mother of Prep?
I did. I'm good. I was just
It's
excited. I'm
good
glad
to
I
see
caught
you.
some of it. I'm a little late, but I
That's
was like, oh
okay.
man, I wish I heard more.
Clara, you can ask a question too when Mother of Prep is done.
But yeah, hey Brooks, it's funny you changed your
What's
name.
going on?
Now I don't know what to call you.
No
Dante.
matter what's Grandpa, Dante, they still a part of me.
Okay. No, I was fascinated when you said that you didn't grow up Christian, that you grew up atheist. And I'm always curious when I hear that, especially from Black people. I'm like, oh wow, how did you escape? Like, I just want to know more about your family and if you could just expand on that a little more.
Well, everybody in my family, well, I can say this, for the percentage of my family that are actually close to me, that I actually do communicate with, those are the ones who are not religious. Although my sister is, she's the only one so far that is religious. But even for the ones who claim the religion in my family, it's like a very small percentage of them that actually practice it. They are just, it's more of like the individuals that we encounter, basically. They just claim the title, and that's really about it. And it may do like a couple of little nitty things that might just fall in line with what their religion says. But besides that, they do regular, typical, everyday, regular antics like any other person. So nobody really said anything about it to me because it's like, who are you to talk to me about religion when you don't even follow the relationship? You just claim the fucking title. Like you just walk around saying you're a Christian, but yet go outside and have a little sip of beer, or like, like you feel me, like so
Right.
stuff like that. So it wasn't really nothing that was pressured or forced upon. It was more like, hey, what are you, Auntie? Oh, me? I'm Christian. All right, cool, type shit. Moving on. How's your day?
Well, and what region of the US is that? Or
I'm over here in New York. I'm over here in the nice, on the good
oh,
side.
okay. Okay, that's funny that you say that because that's the only other place that I've heard of where someone like you exists. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's
hey, we out
fascinating.
here.
Yeah, it's refreshing to hear. I'm glad I came across that. It must have been a very freeing life experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And then because of the simple fact that I know that a lot of individuals suffered a lot mentally and emotionally and even physically because of their religion, they don't gloat about me growing up not being a religious person or being indoctrinated because like gloating about it is basically just a slap in the face for the individuals who are actually suffering.
Hmm.
Discuss it and talk about it or mention it when it's literally asked to me. Anything besides that, I don't discuss it.
And what like kind of got you interested in the topic? Because I know that you're in these spaces a lot doing deconstruction, and I value your, perspective. And like I think Rabbi Han said it great. Like you have a very good temperament in dealing with this. So what like did you see that it's like a problem with other people, and you kind of want to offer a space to talk about it, or like what got you interested in having these conversations?
Simply just seeing the nonsense that goes on in the world, and
Hmm.
of course, knowing that I can, have a topic about anything, seeing that a lot of this stuff actually falls on the backbone of religious nonsense. It's kind of more of just like I'm very interested in this stuff because I do like to, let alone I do like to debate as well. It's just me. I like to debate. I like to argue. I like to discuss. I like to enhance the thinking process by going back and forth with people. So this is why you can always see me on a panel. This is like my freaking D-Rug here. This is my
Right.
little thing right here. I can't live without it. I can debate somebody. But besides that, it's just seeing all the chaos and stuff like that, and then just coming down to, yeah, I believe all this stuff about this God. You guys worship this God, praise this God, do all this crazy stuff for this God, talk about this God like he's fucking Michael Jackson and shit like that, and Chris Brown together. But yet, not one time have you proven shit. So it all just falls down to simple-minded and ignorant can humans be to sit there and act out atrocities over their own fucking thought process that they claim is another being inside of their head? I don't
Right.
get it. So since then, it just kind of boiled in my head and kept getting me irritated because I'm just like, everybody's just seeing so much, kids passing away, kids getting raped, and so on and so forth. And the only thing you can say is, "Oh, God has a plan for you. God this, God that, God this." So that alone was just like the burning fire to my mind. I was like, "Yeah, let me start talking." Now I want to hop on live and talk my shit because you guys are pissing me off with this shit. So it went from me actually going from deconstructing to now I really started to, and if we're going to be really honest here, again, even though I do display a high level of maturity and calmness internally inside, I did shift my goalpost from actually deconstruction to actually letting my rage and emotion and hatred for all of this actually take over the situation to where now I just combat and just debate this and bring out the evil people to light just off of simple rage and redemption for the individuals who have to suffer for this shit. So now it's like I don't even care about the deconstruction anymore. Now I want to see what kind of fucked up individual you are, who I'm talking to. Let's bring the shit out. Let's talk about it. So let's bring you out to the light so that everybody knows the face of the person who's sick in the fucking head.
No, that's all very interesting. That's kind of how I ended up deconstructing in the first place, was seeing the nonsense, and that kind of prompted me to do the deep dive. So it's fascinating. um,
Yeah, I went from Spider-Man trying to save the day to now I'm Batman. I'm just doing justice.
I love it. Well, thank you for all the spaces and the conversations that you have, and joining everybody's panels. You're an interesting voice to listen to.
Absolutely. Like I said, I do this for y'all. I don't give a fuck about it. Me, I listen here. I don't care less about the gifts and all that nonsense and taps. Listen, I just do this because I just want to make sure that we can bring this shit, even if we can't stop it, at least I can try to decrease this shit. And even if that means having to constantly argue with people on the fucking panel and tell you you're a sick fuck for you to sit there and crack and show your true colors, I'm gonna do it.
It's so true. Thank you.
Clara, did Mother stay up so you can play the game with us? Clara, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. Hey, Rara. How are you? Hey, Mother. I wanted to ask you, like, when you have a debate or a discussion, it could be heated or could get very hot. How do you decompress? What do you do? Like, do you have a method? What do you do? Like, what do you do to get your mind right?
I just chill. Either puff one, or I just chill out, eat some snacks, and watch a movie, watch some TV, have some food. Simple shit to me. I let it roll off my shoulder at the end of the day. Not nothing crazy.
Even with this, tough topics.
hmm
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just belief. That's where when it comes down to, like, even on my panel, like when you see certain individuals that would kind of like, snap and, kind of get irritated by certain things or whatever, and this is not just for them too, but it goes to me as well, because this is me trying to take my own advice and kind of not react too much out of anger and frustration to the guests, because why? Always tell people on my panel, it's just a belief. As long as you know that we're gonna always come down to the number one question is, where's the fuck is the proof? Something that they cannot provide. There's really no point in getting frustrated. Why? Getting frustrated over imagination. Why am I getting frustrated over fiction? Make it make sense. If I wanted to get all furious over fiction, I'll go to the fiction section in the fucking library and get me up a book. Get pissed off at the fucking characters in the book. Like, yo, why are you not stopping him from stealing the fucking dumplings? What's going on?
Well, I need to take a page from your book because I do get frustrated because I do see like they're trying to enact laws based on this stupid book, based on this fake belief. So yeah, I think I need to take a page from your book, not to take it too, I guess, personal, because I do take it personal.
Yeah, no, when it
So
comes to that part specifically, that I agree when it comes to getting frustrated. That part I excuse that because when it comes to bringing the shit that's in a belief in a fiction and actually trying to act it out and bring it to reality where you're really disrupting and interfering with the lives of millions of people, absolutely. Yes, I forget about being calm. Yes, I'm gonna curse you the fuck out. I'm gonna get frustrated. Absolutely. Fuck all that calm shit. But when it comes to really just debating and staying within the confines of just the book and its belief, and them just trying to just go back and forth with you over the existence of a mythical being or the existence of the shit that took place within these texts and whatever the case may be, that part right there, I don't feel like there's any point to get upset about that part alone because it's like we're going back and forth about a fiction. What's going on? Why am I getting mad at it? Why am I getting upset? Because you can't prove a fucking point about a book. Like once it comes to reality, to now you're starting to really interfere with people's lives and harm people and shit like that. Oh yeah, then I'm getting upset. Now it becomes an issue. But we're gonna stay inside the book and stay inside the whole main question of can we prove this God? And you start doing all that babble shit. Oh yeah, I'm not getting upset. I'm gonna start laughing. You're a laughing stock now, buddy. You're no longer you're not debating me no more. You're entertainment now. Like come on.
makes sense. Makes sense. That was all my question.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. You know what time it is now. We are all going to play everybody's favorite game, Divine or Decline. Hey, Dante, have you played the game with me? Have you been in the live before when we played?
I don't recall. No, I know I have definitely came into your live a couple of times, but it was just me doing my little,
Okay.
usual live hopping and sending out gifts to everybody. So I
Yeah.
don't really stay long.
Okay, here's how we play the game. First of all, I'm going to read a phrase, and if that phrase is from the Bible, you're going to say divine. Okay? It's just that simple. It's just one answer response, one word response, okay? Divine. If it is from the Book of Mormon, the Quran, or I made it up, it is decline. The version of the Bible I use, I used to use the New American Standard because I thought that was copyright free, but I was wrong. It is the American Standard Version that is copyright free, and so that is the version I use, is the American Standard Version. I do not like take a verse and just like alter one word. So if you're like, that sounds like a verse I know in the Bible, but one word sounds different, it's probably because of the version I'm using. So just remember that when you're playing the game. Divine if it's from the Bible, decline if it's from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up, okay? I'm going to start at the top. I'll work my way down the panel and ask you guys to answer each question. There's 10 questions. There's no points. Everybody loses. Actually, I just want to tell you guys, Resurrected Skeptic, I think it was him. I think he got like 9 out of 10. Somebody might have even got perfect recently, which is unheard of in this game. So don't feel bad if you don't get very many right. Nobody usually does, okay? So here we go. Ready? For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Mother of prep. You there? Rabbi?
What was the question one more time?
Okay, here it is. Mother of prep is back, so I'll have Mother answer first. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Mother of Prep?
That is divine.
All right, Rabbi.
That is sus because you changed the words.
I said I don't do that. I said that when I gave the rules, that it's probably just the version I'm reading, which is the American Standard.
American Standard. Okay, then it's divine.
Okay. Clara?
I think that's divine.
Okay, Nick?
Divine.
Okay, Dante?
Only because it sounds familiar. Divine.
Okay, that one is divine, you guys. That's John 3:16. That's the one that the Christians love to quote at us, okay? And especially at football games. But by the way, the other day, I forget whose live we were on. It was so hilarious because this Christian was about to rage quit, and they were like, John 3:15. And we all just, they forgot what the verse was that they were supposed to say to us. And they said John 3:15 instead of John 3:16. Anyway, okay, on to the next one. Say he is God, the one. Mother of Prep.
Decline.
All right, Rabbi.
Decline.
Clara.
I'm going to say decline.
Okay, Nick.
Decline.
Okay, Dante.
Decline.
That is decline. You guys are doing great today. That is Quran 112:1. I just changed Allah to God. Okay. Number 3. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Mother of Prep. Okay, Rabbi.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, she,
That is
I didn't know.
divine.
wait, she,
I said decline.
Divine?
Sorry.
you said decline, and Rabbi, you said divine.
Divine.
Okay, Clara.
I'm going to say divine.
Nick.
Divine.
Dante.
As well.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Divine as well.
That is divine. That's Ecclesiastes 3:1. I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded, for I know that the Lord giveth no commandments no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commandeth them. Mother of Prep.
That just I keep stopping on you. Anyway, I want to decline. It just sounds like too many words.
Rabbi.
One more time. It says, "I shall go and do what is commanded of me," because there is no commandment that God could give me that was that is not right to the Son of Man.
Save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commandeth them.
Divine.
Okay, Clara.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again?
Sure.
You're
I
breaking
will
up
go
a
and
little
do I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded, for I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commandeth them.
Yeah, that sounds like a god. Yeah, I would do divine.
Okay, Nick.
I'm gonna have to go decline.
Okay, Dante.
A lot of broken English. I understand why the book is so confused. Motherfuckers wasn't talking but nothing. They were saying a bunch of nothing. I'm gonna go with divine on that one.
Okay. I don't know if any of you guys are Doug in the background. But what did you say? How do you say it louder?
Book of Mormon.
He's right. It's the Book of Mormon. That's First Nephi
Too many
3:7.
rhymes.
So that's decline. He said too many rhymes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
that's
really,
why I picked it.
I
That's
messed
why I
that one
said
up.
divine, because that's why I picked it, because it sounded like some BS a God would say.
Yeah, they just steal from the Bible anyway and just rephrase it. So, all right, number 5. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. Mother of Prep.
Divine.
All right, Rabbi.
One more time.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven.
Decline. I think
Okay,
that's the
Clara?
Quran.
I think I read that in the Bible.
Okay. Divine?
Why does it sound so familiar? I don't know. You know, I'm gonna go with Rabbi. Decline.
Okay, Nick?
Those sounds like lyrics to a Newsboys song, Shine. I'm gonna go decline.
Okay, Dante.
Can you say it one more time, please?
Sure. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven.
I'm gonna have to go with the. I believe some part of the verse says about faith with something, faith without works. No, that verse. Okay, I'm gonna go with divine.
Okay, that is divine. That's Matthew 5:16. Matthew 5:16. All
That is so
right,
cool.
number 6. There is no compulsion in religion. Mother.
Decline.
All right, Rabbi.
There is no compulsion except that is in heaven.
Nope. It says there is no compulsion in religion.
Decline.
Okay, Clara.
That's decline for me.
Nick.
Decline.
All right, Dante.
Decline.
That is decline. That's from the Quran, 256. Okay.
I don't remember Jesus or God talking about any of that shit.
Me neither. Me neither. All right, number 7. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Mother.
Divine.
Rabbi.
Decline.
I'm sorry, I lost my place. Clara? I lost my place where I was reading you guys the answers, actually. Sorry about that. Clara?
Can you please read that again?
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
A God is asking you to use your mind. I'm gonna decline on that one.
Okay, Nick.
Decline.
Okay, Dante.
God asking you to think? Hell nah, decline that.
You guys, that was divine. Granny trying to give you some tips in chat by saying ye wouldn't be in here. But remember, I'm using the American Standard Version, so ye is in here. That was divine Romans 12:2. All right, number 8. Blessed
No
are those
way.
who tithe. What?
No way. I'm challenging that, Crystal. That is not divine. I ain't challenging that. I'm putting my foot down
That
on
is
that one.
Romans 12:2. Look it up. Be ye quiet, Crystal. Okay. Blessed are those who tidy, for they shall inherit the earth. Mother.
Who tidy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Decline.
Rabbi.
Decline.
Okay, Clara.
Yeah, decline.
Okay, Nick.
Definitely decline.
Okay, Dante.
Decline.
That is decline. I gave you guys an easy one because everybody always complains that I'm too hard on you guys. So if you guys got that one wrong, it was going to be on your own, okay? It was going to be all about you because I gave you an easy one on that one, okay?
That one was easy because it said like two. What was this? Can you repeat that one more time? What was it? What was
I
it?
The
said,
word
blessed are those who tidy, for they shall inherit the earth. Who's
Yeah, I don't
what? You
remember
don't
God
need to.
giving that earth to people or tithe. I remember him
Yeah.
just giving pieces of it to gods, maybe, but not to people.
Yeah, and if
Granny
anything, it was
said
like
God
blessed
is
are the
messy.
faithful. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. I tried to be nicer to you guys. So I just want you to know I tried really hard on this one to be nicer, okay? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Mother.
Divine.
Rabbi.
Divine.
Clara.
divine.
Nick.
Divine.
Dante.
Sounds familiar. Divine.
Okay, bonus points if you can recite the whole thing. I cannot. I just know it's.
Maketh me
I
lay
know it's
down
the
in
Lord
green
is my
The Lord
shepherd.
is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lay down in green pastures and to, oh, fuck
He
me
leadeth
running.
me beside the still
By-
waters.
Beside the still waters. No, I maintain it says he maketh me to lay down in green pastures and then fuck me running. That's I'm maintaining that.
Oh, okay, that's a translation I had not heard before. I need that translation.
That translation is the translation of God tells me to back that ass up from 1992.
Okay, you guys, this is the 10th and final question. And as I tell you every week, whoever gets this question right wins the game and eternal life with our Lord and Savior. So here we go. Number 10. Adam felt that men might be and men are.
Oh, you muted.
You accidentally muted.
So do we win by default then?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I got a call real quick. I'm sorry about that. Mother, can you repeat your answer?
You
Well, we
didn't
didn't
finish
hear
the
you.
question.
Oh, you
Your
didn't hear it?
sound went
Okay, I'm
out.
sorry.
I just heard Adam
okay.
fell and then that. Yeah.
Okay, Adam fell that men might be, and men are that they might have joy.
Decline.
Okay, Rabbi.
One more time.
Adam fell that men might be, and men are that they might have joy.
Decline. I think that is the Quran.
Okay, Clara.
I'm going to decline, but I don't want to be with the Lord and Savior.
I love you. Nick.
That was a mouthful of words. I'm gonna have to go decline.
Okay, Dante.
Decline.
That is Decline, and it is from the Book of Mormon, 2nd Nephi 2:25. I don't know how you guys did, but you all get to go to heaven now and be with your Lord and Savior. Clara, you're stuck with him. Brooks, when do you go live again?
I don't know. Random.
You don't know for sure? All right, make sure you guys are following him so when he does go live, turn on your notifications so that you know he's live. Make sure you join him because he is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we could do this again in a few months and get a follow-up and see where you're at and what you're doing. It's been a real pleasure to get to know you today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Thank you. And Mother of Prep, Rabbi Clara, Nick, thanks for joining us for Divine or Decline and coming up and asking questions. You guys, thanks for 35,000 likes, all the new followers, all the new everything, and everybody over on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I am a third of the way to being monetized over on YouTube, and you guys can help me. And here's what you have to do. First, you need to subscribe to me on YouTube. I am CrystalJae, so that's my YouTube channel. I am CrystalJae, all one word. If you could subscribe, that's awesome. Now, if you want to help a little extra, go to one of my videos and turn it on one of your many devices you have. You don't even have to watch, just let it play the video through so I can get my watch hours up. I'm at 1,000 of the 3,000 that I need right now. So anytime you play one of my videos in the background somewhere, it really helps me. Okay, but don't speed it up and don't mute it. You could turn down the volume on your device, but don't mute it because those won't count as watch hours. But you guys, thank you all for being here. I'll be live all this week from 11 to 2. So join me. I think I have one day off this week. But also make sure you join me on Wednesdays for non-believers Bible study. We are in Numbers, and I will be back this week. I did take this past week off, but I'll be back. Tiny, hi, how are you? We're just ending.